regular season last season. Of course, both teams went on to win state championships. This night belonged to the Land Sharks. They beat the Silver Foxes 24-20 to snap their 24-game winning streak. Oceanside took the lead with a touchdown with 7:34 to play, and they sealed the victory with an interception in the end zone with 9 seconds left. Also in the Low Country last night, Bishop England defeated Porter-Gaud in their big rivalry game 40-23. 5 touchdown passes for the Bishops, who are 4-0. Baptist Hill 52, Bethune-Bowman nothing, Buford 48, Battery Creek nothing, Ridgeland 70, Burke 20, White Knoll 34, Cane Bay 10, Hilton Head 45, Hampton County 21, Hanahan 49, Timberland 20, Lucy Beckham 35, Bluffton 20, Cross 51, Military Magnet nothing, Philip Simmons 46, Well Branch 14, Academic Magnet 46, St. John 7, Stratford 51, Colleton County nothing, and in double overtime, Wando beat West Ashley 24-21. The Midlands had one of the state's big games last night. South Point and AC Flora, now region rivals. South Point coming off their big win over Northwestern last week. AC Flora 4-0 going into this one. AC Flora had the early advantage, 12-0, and then the Stallions scored the final 35 points. They win at 35-12. Jasavian Currents headed to USC, accounted for 3 touchdowns. Meantime, Bamberg Earhart over Woodland 48-7. Swansea 30, Barnwell 12, Westwood 31, Blythewood 20, Batesburg Leesville 56, Calhoun County 9. Somerville went to Chapin, got a big win 50-14. Columbia High 27, Wagner Sally 12. York defeated Dreer 35-28. Orangeburg Wilkinson 35, Keenan 14, Hunter Connor Tyler 44, Lake Marion 6, Wilson 26, Lakewood nothing. Newberry continues to win. Bulldogs are undefeated 45-34 over Fairfield Central. Mid Carolina 35, Pillion 14. Camden blew out Richland Northeast 61-15. Bulldogs quarterback Grayson Rimpf 7 touchdown passes. That ties the school record. And Sumter rolled over Spring Valley 54-0. In the upstate last night, big showdown between Daniel and Clinton, 2 longtime rivals. Clinton led 27-17 in the third quarter. Then Daniel scored 2 touchdowns and a field goal in the fourth quarter to build the lead. They go on to win 41-33. Also in the upstate, Gaffney, which saw its quarterback leave the program during the week, turned to their other quarterback in the program, Banks Boughton. He responded with 273 passing yards, and the Indians beat Boiling Springs 34-7. Also in the upstate last night, Mountain View Prep 49, Anderson Cavaliers 6, Belton Honeypath 49, Palmetto nothing, Central 40, Blacksburg 6, Burns 45, Wade Hampton 3, Clear Dot 28, Calhoun Falls 26, Christchurch 48, Chapman 20, Dorman 31, Riverside 3, Spartan High 48, Eastside 34, Strom Thurmond 35, Emerald 13, Fountain Inn 49, St. Joseph's 7. It was Greer 56, Berea nothing, J.L. Mann 14, Easley 13, West Oak over Landrum 36-16, Liberty big over Walhalla 70-42. Also in the upstates, Hillcrest 29, Malden 7, Edisto 31, McCormick 6, Crescent 59, 96-21, Blue Ridge 50, Pickens 42, Broome 53, Powdersville 45, Prince Avenue Christian of Georgia 59, Westside 34, Southside Christian 28, Saluda nothing, Seneca 42, Travelers Rest 10. Carolina beats Southside 6-0. Another big game in the upstate, T.L. Hanna and Greenwood. T.L. Hanna wins it 22-21. The Yellow Jackets trailed 21-9 at the half, and with their backup quarterback, they rallied to win by rushing for 300 yards. They only threw 3 passes in the game. Also last night, Woodmont 52, Chesney 17. Most points by Woodruff against Chesney since 1984. Wolverines had over 600 yards of offense. And in the upstate, Greenville High beat Woodmont last night 28-18. Around the Football City I-77 corridor last night up in the Rock Hill area, it was Andrew Jackson 52, Louisville 13. In overtime, Great Falls 36, Buford 34. Catawba Ridge handed Fort Mill first loss of the season. Final score there was 14-10. Chester 55, Union County 36. Indianland 48, Parkwood of North Carolina nothing. Northwestern bounced back in a big way from the loss to South Point last week, 75-21 over Nation Ford. And in double overtime, Rock Hill edged Clover 35-34. We're back with more scores in just a moment.
Looking to make life simple and save money? Transfer your credit card balance to a Founders credit card and take advantage of our balance transfer rates as low as 2.99% APR. Plus, you'll pay no balance transfer fees. Now through September 30th, save more and stress less with this limited time offer. Promotional rate expires 6 months from the date of the transaction. Then effective APR of 13.25% to 17.90% will apply. For more details, visit foundersfcu.com/cc. Membership qualification required.
Touchstone Energy Cooperative members save more on electricity, and members save more on insurance, groceries, healthcare, restaurants, travel, concerts, and sporting events through Co-op Connections. Touchstone Energy is an alliance of the member-owned electric cooperatives, and as a member, the power is yours. Experience the power of co-op membership with Touchstone Energy and find out how much you can save on electricity and a whole lot more at touchstoneenergy.com.
Back on the recap show around the CSRA Friday night, it was Gray Collegiate 38, Midland Valley 6, North Augusta 56, Gilbert 14, Eau Claire 12, Ridge Spring Monetta 7, Lincoln County of Georgia 48, Silver Bluff 14, Brooklyn Casey 35, South Aiken 14. Around the PD Grand Strand last night, Irma went to Myrtle Beach, 59-21 winners, 591 total yards. Quarterback Drayvon Dobson over 400 passing yards and 4 touchdowns. Irmo never punted in the game. Waccamaw 50, Andrews 14, Mullins 38, Atlantic Collegiate 14. Carolina Forest 40, Ashley Ridge 27, Carvers Bay 20, Hannah Pamplico 14, River Bluff 67, Sharon 19, Macby 35, Chesterfield 14, Conway 32, Ainer 23, Lower Richland 36, Darlington 12, Dillon 62, Hartsville 35, Lake City 22, East Clarendon 14, Johnsonville 21, Lakeview 6, Lamar 47, North Central nothing, Latta 48, Greensea Floyd's 2, Loris 50, Socastee 6, Kingstree 22, Marion 7, Marlboro County 21, North Myrtle Beach 3, Scotts Branch 26, Branchville 8, South Florence 42, Crestwood nothing, James Island 63, St. James 7, West Florence 28, Lugoff Elgin 13. In Skeeza play last night, Dorchester Academy 21, Buford Academy 8, Bethesda 56, Patrick Henry nothing, Calhoun Academy 41, Andrew Jackson Academy 13, Wilson Hall 42, Camden Military 14, Heathwood Hall 41, Cardinal Newman nothing, Colleton Prep 56, Clarendon Hall nothing, Williamsburg Academy 34, Florence Christian 21, Hammond 56, Hilton Head Christian nothing, Holly Hill Academy 28, Jefferson Davis 6, Kings Academy 26, Cathedral Academy 16. That'll do it for the recap show. I'm Phil Kornblut reporting on the Sports Talk Media Network.
The PD's 96.3 ESPN Radio, home of Sports Talk with Phil Kornblut, weeknights from 6 to 8.
When you're going to do them, make it a little bit more exciting. You can only do 3 field goal kicks a half. That way,
I don't actually hate that idea.
You may save one towards the end. You may extend the drive. If the game is close, you may try to go for a touchdown instead of a kick because you want to save your kick for the end of the game.
I hate it. I know why now Clinton and Friends includes David Dennis Jr. because between the two of them, the fact that they're agreeing on this means they're the only 2 people on earth that would agree with this.
Well, Mina Kimes co-signed this. Dominique Foxworth co-signed this.
Come on. The last-second field goals aren't exciting. People claimed that Giant Cowboy game last week was one of the best games of the year, and if you felt like it was, one of the reasons was because the Cowboys have a dude with a powerful machine-like leg that's banging through 64-yarders. That's excitement.
This is what David didn't like about it. They played for the 60-yard field goal. So he's like, no, I want you to I wanted Dak to push the ball downfield. I wanted to see more plays. I was like, so you wanted to bait Dak into an interception? And he said, yes, interceptions are more exciting than field goals. I disagree. A 60-yarder at the buzzer, I don't think it gets any better than that.
Emmett, Mark Zinno tried to get on this list, but I don't think he made it, in my eyes, because I think these takes are all so elite.
They're way worse than
on the bad
DeMeco
scale.
Ryan.
I think he falls off with his DeMeco Ryan smack. The Texans are 0-2. DeMeco Ryan should be an embattled coach. But Emmett, this is a tough list. Where is your vote headed? This is going to be a real argument today.
Yeah, there's some wow. This is a surprise because I thought it was either going to be DDJ or Stephen A. But Mike McDaniel, come on, man. You got my worst take of the week. In order to win the game, you got to win the game. Like, just stop.
Before I vote, can I hear that again? Because I really want to try to make sense of what he's trying to say here. This is Mike McDaniel, Miami Dolphins head coach, and maybe worst take of the week award winner, at least in Emmett's mind.
To win games, you have to win the game, not lose the game, honestly. And that is how you lose.
Yeah, cut it right there. He said to win the game, you got to win the game, not lose it, honestly.
Look, Mike McDaniel might not win anything this year, except for the worst take of the week.
Let's go.
I think congratulations, Mike McD. Congratulations.
Absolutely putrid take.
You win the worst take of the week. All right, the college campus tour is live. They are at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. It's Amber Wilson, Jonathan Zaslow. They are next. This has been Hammer and Emmett on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy, coming on Monday. Whether it's Week 3 in the NFL or college football weekend, I'll recap it all in my Upon Further Review at 7 a.m. Eastern. It's Unsportsmanlike weekday mornings at 6, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
The post-career day press conference brought to you by Progressive.
Anthony, can you tell us what happened during career day?
I'm a biomedical researcher. The kids just weren't impressed.
How did you feel when your son called in the backup?
Embarrassed, and I knew it would be a fireman. It's always a fireman. It's cliche, but a crowd favorite. He had an axe and everything. I can't compete with that.
And will the fireman be helping your son with his science fair project?
Hope not. I'm literally a scientist.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on September 24th, 2016, when Tulsa found themselves down 31-0 to Fresno State with 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Tulsa fought back to tie the game at 41. And then won 48-41 in double overtime.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
Amber and Ian.
Tom Telesco, longtime NFL general manager. Suddenly, Tom, here we go. Here's issues with the tush push.
My stance has not changed on this, and you're not going to change my mind. I don't like to play. I just think it's boring.
If you had Jalen Hurts and that O-line, and your team's running that play, how do you feel about it?
I would do exactly what the Eagles are doing. I would try and defend that play every inch at every league meeting.
Amber and Ian, weeknights at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio. This is Freddie and Harry on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Coach, I was able to go to Texas A&M twice last year. We were down there for the Notre Dame and Texas A&M game, also for the Texas and Texas A&M game. I'm up in the press box, Coach.
So you're not allowed.
Because you lost both.
You're not allowed at College Station, Harry, anymore.
I'm going to bring y'all some luck, too, Coach. Trust me, man. I got to make this up to you, Coach.
We'll give you one more shot, Harry.
Check out more from Freddie and Harry weekdays at 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
A
college football doubleheader today.
Let's go!
At 3:30 p.m. Eastern, it's the SEC on ABC presented by Burger King. Jackson Arnold returns to Norman to lead the number 22 Tigers against John Mateer and the 11th ranked Sooners.
The battle of SEC undefeated.
Then at 7:30, ABC Saturday Night Football presented by Capital One. The newest chapter in a historic rivalry as the Gators take on Carson Beck and the number 4 Hurricanes.
Beck taking a shot for the end zone. It is caught.
Today on ABC and streaming on the all-new ESPN app.
This weekend on ESPN Radio, it's a huge showdown in the hunt for October.
Drives right off the bat and rolling. It is deep. It is gone.
The Seattle Mariners and Houston Astros are locked up in a fight for the American League West crown, and every game is critical.
Jose Altuve the opposite way.
The Mariners at the Astros. Coverage begins today at 6:30 Eastern and tomorrow at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Presented by Progressive Insurance.
Live from the Florence Toyota Studios, this is WOLH Florence. Sports fans, you found 96.3 ESPN Radio. Welcome to South Carolina's premier tailgate show, Game Day in the Carolinas, broadcasting from the spacious tailgate of the Community Broadcasters Complex on the PD's 96.3 FM, Sumter's WDXY 105.9 FM, and on Facebook Live. Join Matt and Woody on the tailgate by calling 843-407-5812. And now, your party hosts, Woody Fagan and Matt Jordan.
All right, it is Game Day in the Carolinas. I'm Matt. He's Woody. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
And the phone number, 843-407-5812. If you want to get in and enjoy all the festivities of today, which is a beautiful day.
Yep, going to be a good one.
Hey, if you're heading down to Orangeburg, we have Fall Fest going on today in Orangeburg that Community Broadcasters is doing.
Don't know what the festival is, but over at the center in Florence, too, all the food trucks are parked out over there today.
Yeah, we had the food truck rodeo.
Yep.
Was going on yesterday. Our friend Palmer was over there.
Okay.
And, it's food trucks.
Yeah, my wife already spotted one. We may have to go try that out today. Wonder Waffle. Not sure what that is.
I've seen that going by. And if you want to sponsor the show and graciously donate breakfast.
Yeah.
We will definitely try your Wonder Waffles on the air. 843-407-5812. Our game finished rather quickly last night.
Yeah, say so.
On ESPN 96.3 had South Florence and Crestwood. I have bad news for you, Woody.
Yes.
South Florence has they've decided they want another region championship.
I think they're well on their way to it. I mean, they look like the team to beat right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you being the big South Florence fan you are.
Nah. I mean, I love South Florence. Don't get me wrong. My wife went to school there, but I'm a Carolina Academy Bobcat through and through.
There you go.
Lake City, Lower Florence County.
LFC,
the
baby.
LFC.
I was in Lake City on Wednesday, as a matter of fact.
You make a wrong turn somewhere?
No, it's at the IGA.
Oh, okay. You did a remote.
Yeah.
Oh,
we were
awesome.
Giving away Clemson and Carolina tickets.
Good for you. Man, that's fun. Good deal.
On our sister station, 99.3 The Cat. It's fun.
Yeah.
We got a lot of fans down there.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, the LFC Mafia must have hit.
Yeah, I didn't. I knew you were doing a remote. I just didn't know it was there. So had I known, I'd have called some of my brothers up there and had them come by and see you,
Fill in the box.
Why not?
Yeah. That's the last one we're doing this month. Next one will be next month. First week. But anyways.
And see, the LFC is all encompassing. We get Hannah Pamplico in that. You get, of course, Johnsonville in that.
Got to be there somewhere.
Johnsonville's in there.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, man. There we go. How was Hartsville and Dillon? Sounds like Dillon's back to being Dillon.
Well, I was told by a Dillon Wildcat fan who happens to live about 2 doors down from me, I told him, I said, I'll have the game tonight on 93.7. Because I know he's always, sending me messages a lot of times. Hey, you know where I can watch Dillon? I think they're on TV tonight or whatever. But anyhow, Justin should have been happy last night. He told me they were going to be small. And they might have been a little smaller than Hartsville. But what they lack in size, they make up in speed and in their ability to execute. Now, they've got a quarterback whose first two names I have trouble remembering, and I told you the last name. Talia is his last name.
Yeah.
The kid's supposedly can you be a Under Armour All-American as a freshman? I didn't know if you could or not.
I don't know if you could either.
But let's just suffice it to say this kid looks like he was born with a football in his hand.
Oh, dear.
He's a nice-sized kid.
Mm-hmm.
He's not as – and unfortunately, we're always comparing kids to local quarterbacks like a Lenora Sellers.
Right.
He's not as big physically as Lenoris, but there again, the kid's a freshman. Now, kid can flat-out run the football. He runs that read option very well. He runs the spread offense very well. And he has an absolute cannon for an arm. This kid, I watched him. It is one of the smoothest throwing motions I've seen. Tight spiral.
Yeah.
Flicked that thing about 40 yards, and it didn't like he even tried. But yes, they ran the offense very well. Hartsville made a couple early errors. They couldn't really stop a lot with the run initially, and then they get the run plugged up, and then they break out the passing game to their big one of their good wide receivers. And I'll tell you, I mean, Dillon played a complete game last night. Hartsville at one fought to come back. They got within one score of being back tied up in the ball game, and Dillon just pulled away. And the final score wound up being 62-35.
It sounded like that was a lot of the games last night. I noticed while I was watching the scores fly by. You would get teams that would come within a touchdown. I know, Myrtle Beach actually tied the game with Irmo 7-7. That's about all Myrtle Beach scored last night.
Well,
so
a weird side note.
Mm-hmm.
I told you before when we were coming up to set up and get ready for the game, there was an older couple sitting to my left, up in the stands as I'm walking up to the press box. But in the top corner to the far left, and over there is some young guy, red hair, beard, definitely not high school age, but not really old either. I'd say, a few years removed from high school, yelling all kind of obscenities at the Hartsville team as they're warming up. I mean, foul stuff, to the point that the Dillon fans, the elderly couple, came over to me and said, would you mind if you're going into the box, tell the guy up there to get the athletic director, they need to get this guy out of here. He's drunk, he's belligerent, he's whatever. So I said, sure. Well, the athletic director comes over and talks to him. I don't know what they say, but he doesn't leave immediately. Then I look over and I see that he's gone. And then somewhere in the ball game, I get a text from Dave Baker, who's running our board, saying that Tanya Brown has posted on Facebook that a man left in an angry rush from the Dillon football game, got into some sort of high-speed chase with the police and the deputies over there.
Hit a couple cars on the way out is what I was told.
And you see a picture of it that Tanya posted from a distance. There's a fire going. He got in a wreck down the road, but he's okay. But there was something big on fire out in the field. So,
y'all,
I'm like, what was that? I'm just wondering, is that the same guy? So, I don't know yet.
Y'all, that's all I'm going to say on that one. Again, that's why we say everything in moderation. If you're that drunk at 7:00, let's make the educated guess. You got a 9-to-5er, right? Or an 8-to-5er, I guess we should say. You telling me in 90 minutes you got that tanked?
I don't know.
You got a problem.
He was already tanked before he got there. I mean, because you could tell the guy was kind of weaving and bobbing when he was walking. So
just, and once again, this is why you don't drink and drive. That we're making the educated guess. If we're making an educated guess that it was him, don't drink and drive. That's a good thing to think about. But man, oh man, that's just So we don't have Coach Lorick today.
Nope. He
is on assignment.
Yeah, he's traveling, I think, to East Carolina.
ECU, yeah.
So nice area to be going to. There's not a lot out there, but what I like about it, you're not far from the Outer Banks at that point.
Oh yeah.
So,
that's definitely where I want to be actually right now.
Beautiful time of year to be up that way.
So we got to do high school ourselves this week.
Yeah, why not?
And we've got a few on the scoreboard here. We'll give you the Midlands and the PD scores. How about that? Because that's usually that
works.
Coverage area for us. And looking real close at the Midland scores, Bamberg Earhart defeats Woodland 48-7. Batesburg Leesville over Calhoun County 56-9. Camden, how about this score? Camden over R&E.
Yeah.
61-15. The rumors of Camden's demise have been greatly exaggerated.
Yeah. Apparently, or either R&E's really struggling, one or the other.
Columbia defeats Wagner Sally 27-12. The law firm of Hunter Kiner Tyler defeats Lake Marion 44-6. Mid Carolina over Pelion 35-14. Newberry over Fairfield Central 45-34. Good old OW.
Yep.
Big win for them last night as they defeat Keenan 35-14. South Point, Oliver AC Flora 35-12. Somerville just demolished Chapin.
Yeah.
50-14. How about this score last night for the Sumter Gamecocks? 54-0 over the Spring Valley Vikings.
Yeah, that Sumter Gamecock team.
That's how you do homecoming right there, kids.
Agreed.
That's how you do homecoming.
That's nasty.
Swansea defeats Barnwell 30-20 or 30-12, I should say. Westwood over Blythewood 31-20. Wilson shuts out Lakewood 26-0. And Wilson now, rank 'em, you cowards. Rank Wilson, you coward.
Listen at you.
No, they're 5-1. They're 5-1. They have a win over
One of their
Dillon.
best starts in a long time.
Yeah, they
since
have
Coach Howard.
They have a win over Dillon.
Mm-hmm.
They're not even in others receiving votes. Rank them, you cowards.
Now, Hartsville hosts them next week for homecoming.
Oh, you gonna have your
That'd
hands
be
full.
their first Region 5 4A matchup.
And you're gonna have your hands
agree.
full.
Totally agree with that.
York defeats Dreer 35-28. Brooklyn Casey over South Aiken 35-14. Eau Claire over Rich Spring Minetta 12-7. Gray Collegiate did a number on Midland Valley.
Yeah.
38-6. Lincoln County, Georgia over Silver Bluff 48-14. North Augusta over Gilbert 56-14. Looking over at some of the PD Grandstand scores, Carolina Forest had their way with AR last night, 40-27. How about this one? Maybe the sneaky game of the week right here. Carver's Bay defeats Hannah Pamplico 20-14. Close one there. Conway picks up their first win of the year over Ainer, 32-23. The aforementioned Dillon 62, Hartsville 35. Irmo being Irmo, 59-21.
That's a team to watch.
Yep, over Myrtle Beach. James Island brought St. James back to earth after a 2-game winning streak, 63-7. Johnsonville 21, Lakeview 6. Flashes are back. How about this one? Kingstree 22, Marion 7. Lake City defeats East Clarendon 22-14.
That was 0-4 versus 4-0.
Yes, or as some sports directors in this area say, East Clareton.
It flies all over me.
Yeah, I know. It's got to use that East Clareton to get the right nostril.
Clareton.
Yeah, to get that right nostril clean, right? Let's see here. We got Lamar over North Central 47-0. Latta continues their way. I know Phil's happy right now. How about this final? 48-2. So Latta literally did all of the scoring in that game because 2 points obviously a safety. That's all GSF got last night. Loris batter Socastee 50-6. Lower Richland all over Darlington. And that's another game where Darlington stayed in it for a while, but then just faded away in the fourth quarter. LR defeats Darlington 36-12. Marlboro County continues their winning ways. Believe it or not, North Myrtle Beach had a 3-0 lead in that game. They lost 21-3. Let's see here. McBee all over Chesterfield 35-14. It was Mullins over Atlantic Collegiate. Has Atlantic Collegiate won a game?
I don't think so, no.
I think they're recruiting right. 38-14. River Bluff 67, Chiraw 19. Scotts Branch 26, Branchville 8. South Florence shuts out Crestwood 42-0. Waccamaw over Andrews. Big win there for the Warriors, 50-14.
I think they've got Dillon in their region.
Yes, they do.
That'll be an interesting game to see them play.
Yes.
Against Waccamaw Dillon. Waccamaw's got an outstanding running back.
They do.
I was really impressed with, and I'd like to see that. I'm not going to be able to, but I'd love to see that matchup.
Oh, me too. West Florence, Lugoff, Elgin last night. West Florence usually struggles against LE, but did not last night, 28-13. And, of course, we cannot leave out our friends in Skeeza. Northwood Academy, 35. Ben Lippen, 8. Bethesda, 56. Patrick Henry, nothing. Calhoun Academy, 41. Andrew Jackson, 13. Dorchester Academy, 21. Buford Academy, 8. Greenwood Christian over the Orangeburg Prep Indians, 34-21. Hammond over Hilton Head Christian, 56-0. Good Lord. Hey, it's just Hammond's world. We're all just lucky to live in it.
Looks like
right
it's going
now.
to be between them and Heathwood Hall.
Yeah, because Heathwood Hall shuts out Cardinal Newman, 41-6. Holly Hill, 28. Jefferson Davis, 6. Northside Christian, 32. Spartanburg Christian, 14. Palmetto Christian, 56. Cross, 14. PD over Carolina Academy.
Yeah.
I know you hate to hear that one, Woody.
Yep.
PD Academy, 44. Carolina Academy, 36. Pinewood Prep, 50. Lawrence Manning, 32.
Wow.
TKA with a big win last night over Cathedral, 26-16. Trinity takes out Dillon Christian, 35-13. Williamsburg Academy over Florence Christian, 34-21. And that was another game. Florence Christian just kept coming back and just faded out at the end. And Wilson Hall takes care of Camden Military, 42-13.
I just received a text from Coach Rod Lorick. This is, as of right now, South Carolina high school football poll. Should we start from 10 and go up or 1 and go down?
Let's go 10 and go up.
At the 10th position is Somerville. 9th is Ridgeview. I was asking about them last week. They've made the poll. 8th spot is Greenwood. And 7th is North Augusta. 6th is South Florence. Position 5 is James Island. In the 4th spot, Dutch Fork. 3rd is Northwestern. 2nd is South Point. And number 1 is Irmo.
Yeah.
How about that?
I told you off the air. I'm sitting there going, I think it's time we all just acknowledge that Irmo's the best team in the state.
I didn't think they were there yet, but, apparently so. I'd have to see them play.
They thwomped Carolina Forest. They thwomped Myrtle Beach. I mean, they're running roughshod over everybody right now. Irmo's going to be that team. And again, I got it. It's September the 20th, but Irmo looks to be that team that is going to be just unstoppable. Now, are they going to keep this momentum up when they get to the playoffs? Who knows? But think about that area, though. I mean, you got 3 high schools in that area. You got Dutch Fork, Irmo, and Gray all together, and we all know what they do.
Yep.
So it's there, man.
Well, we're heading in. We've seen a few regional matchups already. Not many, but next week's going to be really when they kick off. So everything really up until this point, non-region play, was really just to get you prepared for region competition, because that's when it counts.
I think that's something that Hartsville fans, Darlington fans, even West Florence fans, listen, y'all can look at your record all you want. It don't mean nothing.
Well, in Region 5 4A, which I think is still one of the toughest regions in the state.
Oh, it is.
That Hartsville participates in, South Florence, Wilson. You've got several teams that have a few questions. You got questions with Hartsville. We saw them play really well last week at Rock Hill. This week with Dillon, they got off to a slow start, had some really high peaks in the middle of the game, and then kind of faded at the end. South Florence looks like they're your team to beat.
I'll say this, though, Woody. I know nobody wants to hear it, but I got some questions about South Florence, namely discipline. I think if South Florence got into a closer game with some teams, they could have some problems. I mean, they shoot themselves in the foot
Well, that's just it.
A lot, yeah.
Can any other team in the region get into a close match with them? I don't know yet.
That's a good question. Now,
not having laid eyes on Wilson, a confident Wilson team with the athletes they've got, it's a dangerous Wilson team.
That's a very dangerous Wilson team.
I think you also look at we don't know a lot about R&E. I've not seen anything with them yet. I'm sorry, Lower Richland. I've not seen anything with the Diamond Hornets other than what they're doing.
Yeah, nothing they've done really has impressed me yet.
Darlington, they started out hot. We had some high hopes, but then they've kind of faded here recently. But
I still think they're a year away.
But I think they're opportunistic.
Very.
At least for that region.
They've got it. I'm going to tell you right now, they're gonna win a game that we don't think they're supposed to win.
Oh, yeah.
Because that is a team. And we've seen what Jamie Johnson can do at Hannah Pamplico. And he's going to have the same thing over at Darlington. And I'm telling you, when he's got a I don't want to say Mustang, he's got a Corvette ready to get out of the garage.
Well, for years, before they just recently changed it, it had always been, Myrtle Beach was always a shoe-in team. You knew they were going to be there. You knew Hartsville was going to make the playoffs too. Now, I'm not so sure. We'll have to see. Hartsville's going to have to play through it. And I don't know if it was an injury or performance. I hope it was an injury, but the sophomore starting quarterback for the Hartsville Red Foxes was replaced last night. And brought in the freshman quarterback who slung the ball. He came right in on his first series and throws an absolute dart for about a 45, 50-yard touchdown. Yeah. So there's some controversy there, too. It'll be interesting to see how this shakes out. We'll know more after homecoming when they host Wilson.
Yep.
I'm interested to see Wilson. I'm excited to see that. Happy for them.
You know what? You should be excited to see Wilson. Now, Wilson, again, Wilson's still got to get out. There's some things where they got to get out of their own way. But I think they got a little bit of growing pains, but they're dangerous. They're dangerous. And we've heard a lot of things about Lakewood's struggles this year. We're not gonna disparage any schools or anything. You got to deal with what you get in high school, and maybe that's not an accurate assessment of how they're played this year. But I mean, again, this is a Wilson team that went to Dillon
and won,
and then turned around 4 days later and beat West Florence.
What I'm impressed the most about with that win, and it was a close win at Dillon, but what impresses me the most is they kept that offense in check at Dillon.
Yes.
Something that Hartsville struggled to do last night. I mean, obviously by that score.
But that shows that's what we've seen out of Wilson. And we said this last week when it comes to Wilson. I noticed that in the West Florence game. Usually, you're already down 7. You got your first shot at the ball. You throw a pick 6. Normally, what do we see out of Wilson?
They fold.
It's game over. South or West would have had a running clock. Not this Wilson team.
No, and that was one of the things, like I said, years ago, Coach Howard would tell me. It's just them getting off that mindset of anything bad happens, the game's over.
Yes. And it seems like this Coach Wilson that's over there now has gotten it through to them.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they fight. And that's going to be a team. I'm going to tell you right now, that's going to be a team, not just Hartsville. I think South Florence, you asked earlier, who in that region can keep a close game. I think Wilson can keep a close game to South. I think Hartsville can too. Don't get me wrong. That Hartsville-South Florence game at the end of the year might be the quickest game in the world. They both run the football the way they have. I mean,
it could be.
That game could be over by 9 o'clock. But it's still a long season. I got it. We're only, we still got another week in September. And then before we really get into the meat of the year. But I think right now, in that region, yes, South Florence might be the team to beat, but second, third, and fourth,
yeah, well,
hard to decide.
Now Sumter is 4-1 right now, and I don't know that their region's any easier because I'm looking. I see Spring Valley, Lugoff, Elgin, West Florence. I don't think Sumter will have a problem with any one of those 3 programs. Sorry about your West Florence Knights on that.
Well, I mean, they've already shown they didn't have a problem with Spring Valley.
Yeah. I mean, that was 54-0
Yeah.
last night. Now, the back three on that, though, Blythewood, I think they'll beat. But then you've got Ridgeview.
I don't think they can beat Ridgeview.
And then they've got Westwood.
I think Ridgeview could win that region.
Westwood has a fairly prolific offense. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do.
Right.
I don't know. And I want to make sure we give some love to our Sumter folks, too, because we need to talk about that. I mean, they beat the doors off Myrtle Beach, Crestwood, and Spring Valley in their last 3 outings.
And I'll say this to the Crestwood Knight fans. I don't think what you've seen the last 2 weeks is indicative of who you are right now.
But
you were playing two juggernauts.
With a team like Crestwood, though, that's got a recent history of getting dominated and beaten on, is it a problem with a young team to get into that mindset now? Okay, the season's done. We're going to pack this up. It's going to be painful. Or do they look at it like, hey, region play starts now. We're in a brand new season at this point. So the next 5-6 games are all really a brand new season.
I would, exactly. If I was a Crestwood player and Crestwood coach, I'd go, all right, we finally stepped in the ring with Tyson and Holyfield.
Mm-hmm.
We took our lumps. Now let's go. Let's learn from those 2 games, and you still got a shot at the playoffs.
Yeah.
5 teams is coming out of that region.
Yeah.
All right, so don't get down because Hartsville's good, Darlington's good. Obviously, South Florence is a juggernaut. Yeah, maybe 3 of those spots, but you still got one more, automatic spot, first of all, that you could get into. And second of all, you're going to be in a dogfight with Wilson.
Yeah.
For one of y'all is going to be an automatic qualifier. The other one's probably going to be an at-large team.
All right. I take it back about Blythewood and Westwood. I think Sumter will handle those 2 teams fairly easily. So the team to beat is Ridgeview.
And
just looking at their schedule.
That Ridgeview-Sumter game is going to be something else.
It will be. It'll be a great game.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, there's a long way to go in this season.
Yeah.
Let me just put it that way. I'm not going to sit here and crown South Florence champions of the region yet.
Yeah.
Now, I know a lot of people will, but I'm not. I'm not going to say anybody's season is over yet because you still have a long way to go in region. I mean, think about it. If you really want to look at it this way, Woody, the preseason is now over.
Oh, yeah.
The regular season has now begun.
So we'll see what happens. I'm amazed at some of the play. I've seen a lot of youngsters step up and do some things. Last night, watching that quarterback from Dillon was amazing. He played with a poise that you don't see from a young man that age typically. So, and the thing about it is he's behind a pretty decent line. They got a couple of really good running backs, and it seemed like every other player on that roster for Dillon last night had a slash beside the linebacker or DB, and it was either wide receiver or running back. There's a team with like 6 running backs and 8 or 9 wide receivers on it, and they're playing defense too.
God.
But they had a big roster, for them. So it's not like most of them had to play 2 ways.
But they're just that talented.
They're that talented, and I was really impressed with that. They've done a good job. That'll be an interesting season over to see how that region shakes out.
Yeah, but, I'm not going to hand that region to Dillon just yet either. That's the beauty about it. I mean, like I said, I think we're only in week 1 of the regular season.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's a good look at high school.
As good as we can do it without the expert in the house. So
exactly. All right, we got stuff and things to talk about. Wofford situation's getting strange. Lenora Sellers has disappeared from the injury report. So we'll definitely talk about that. And yeah, what's wrong with Cade Klubnik?
Don't know.
We're going to try to delve into it. Just some of the things we're going to talk about in the program coming up. And also coming up, is it time for Oklahoma State to say goodbye to Mike Gundy. Back in a moment.
The Monster arrives in Florence on October 4th. It's the Florence Monster Yard Sale at the Florence Center, Saturday, October 4th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Don't miss out. Reserve your space to sell there. Go to scmonsteryardsale.com and purchase your booth space. Whether you just have a lot of antiques, items that others want, or things collecting dust in your garage or attic, or if you have a home or retail business and want to be in this Monster Yard Sale, come and be a part of this huge event at the air-conditioned Florence Center. Get ready to make some money and show off your stuff to all of Florence. All the fun and excitement takes place Saturday, October 4th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Don't wait because booth space is going fast. Check out scmonsteryardsale.com and reserve your booth today. Or call 843-678-9393 for more information. You can also email monsteryardsale@commbroadcasters.com.
Unleash power. Drive the legend. Right now at Florence Toyota. Lease the 2025 Toyota Tundra for just $399 a month. Built to conquer. Styled to impress. Whether you're hauling gear or chasing adventure, the Tundra delivers unmatched capability and comfort. Shop 24/7 at florencetoyota.com or come see us at 2300 West Palmetto Street in Florence. See dealer for all details.
Community Broadcasters is proud to be your local radio source. However, we're more than just a voice of the airwaves. We're a one-stop shop for total advertising solutions.
Yes, we broadcast your message to loyal listeners, but we also take your brand beyond the dial. Want to reach people where they scroll, stream, and surf? We've got you covered.
Digital ads? Absolutely. Social marketing? You bet. Streaming platforms, targeted campaigns, real-time metrics. That too. Whether you're reaching across town or across the world, we can help place your message directly in front of your ideal audience.
With passion, impact, and results. So why settle for less when you can amplify your message everywhere? Let community broadcasters help you broadcast bigger and advertise smarter.
It's your voice, your reach, one platform with endless possibilities. Email us at communityconnect@commbroadcasters.com. That's communityconnect@commbroadcasters.com. Or call us at 843-678-9393. We're Community Broadcasters. It's more than just a catchy name.
Now that the school year is in full gear, the last thing you need to worry about is car trouble. That's where Tim's Auto Pro comes in. Their skilled certified technicians offer complete preventative maintenance and full automotive repair on most makes and models, including imports at reasonable rate. Have that AC service. Replace those worn out tires. Have that front end aligned. Service the tire pressure monitoring system or schedule a multi-point safety inspection. Family owned and operated, Tim's Auto Pro, 2685 Peach Orchard Road in Dazzell or online at timsautopro.com.
It's football season, which means it's time to head to Rivals, a store divided, your go-to place for all things Clemson or Carolina. Get all your fall fashions at Rivals. It's wall-to-wall with the latest Clemson or Carolina gear, including dresses, shirts, shorts, shoes, and hats. And while you're there, gear up for your tailgating parties too, including tents, tables, chairs, coolers, and grillers. Plus, check out their fan cave section. It's full of metal and wooden signs at Rivals, a store divided.
This year, CRW Insurance is celebrating 100 years of serving you, our loyal clients and neighbors. Since 1925, we've proudly protected what matters most, your homes, your businesses, and your families. We're local, we're trusted, and we're here because of you. From all of us at CRW Insurance, thank you for 100 incredible years. Here's to the next 100. CRW Insurance, helping people prepare today for tomorrow's unexpected.
One of them is banned from every message board in the world. The other is Woody. It's game day in the Carolinas.
It is game day in the Carolinas. I'm Matt. He's Woody. The phone number to get in, 843-407-5812.
There's the phone.
We ask and we shall receive. Let's take a phone call. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
So, fellas, I did the triple last night. I started off at the Lake City game covering that. Lake City pulls a win out, my alma mater, over my son's alma mater, fun times. Then I go up to South Florence, and, get there just in time for them to put up 14 quick points.
Yeah.
Go up 28-0.
And you caught the entire game in a nutshell there, Curtis.
And then I head out to Florence Christian for two really good Skeezer teams. For Florence Christian and Williamsburg Academy, both are undefeated. Now one's undefeated, but Florence Christian was actually down 20-0. I get there, and all of a sudden it's 2014. I leave, and then they lose. So technically, if I'd have stayed, they probably would have won.
It's all your fault, Curtis. All your fault.
Yeah, it's all my fault, and that's my wife's alma mater. So all three alma maters in play last night. The only one I didn't get to cover was Woody's alma mater, but I don't know if they played or not last
They
night,
did,
so.
and they lost by about a score against PD Academy.
Oh, well, and now seeing Florence Christian beat PD Academy last week. So I'm with Skeezer, you never know how it's going to go. You got a good night or a bad night.
Yep.
I mean, a couple of like a turnover turned the game kind of around in the Florence Christian game. So, but it was a fun night, and I was also correct that both Clemson and South Carolina would lose last week. I remember saying that.
Yeah, you did.
To you guys when I called in last week. I have no idea what's going to happen this week. I know you said something wrong with Cade Klubnik. Antonio Williams comes back today. That might help him a little bit. He's the senior guy. He's the one that sort of, the underneath route. I think he being there is going to give him more of a comfort level. Plus, they're playing Syracuse. If they lose to a team they're favored by 22 points over, then season's a wash. And I'm going to bet every game I can bet against Clemson the rest of the year and win some money.
Well, here's the thing, Curtis. I want to ask you this because you're a Clemson fan, so I'm going to flat out ask you this: the anonymous ACC, the coaches said that Cade Klubnik is late on everything. Have you noticed that?
I'll tell you the truth. I have not watched one game from them this year because, well, first of all, I was moving out of my, the parents' house. We got that done and sold, so I can actually sit back and relax. But when NASCAR's on, we normally watch that because that's just something we like to watch. I just don't watch college football as much anymore because of all the mess that goes on, and it's just frustrating to. Now, granted, getting paid, great, that's fun. I understand that. But the fact that the way that sometimes works with you think you're more privileged now, I guess, because like Dabo said, you're getting paid now. You're like an employee. You got to perform. You don't perform, you're not going to play. And then if you don't play and you go transfer somewhere else, you're just setting a bad precedent because you're not working hard to get better, to make it either to the next level or to make it better for your team. Because some people just want to get the money and run. I get that. And that's one thing that concerns me about that is if you don't invest your money wisely and you just go out and buy cars or buy this or buy that and waste all your money and then you're not good enough to get to the NFL, you don't have an education, what do you do after your 4 years in college are over?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, we've seen that 30 for 30 called broke.
Yeah, I mean, I know Woody at one point had a chance to go be a punter for the the Arizona Cardinals,
right?
But he didn't quite make it. So,
yeah.
But he'd only played for an average of 2.5 years because that's all you play in the NFL is an average of 2.5 years, and then a lot of those guys go bankrupt.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think one thing that colleges need to do, maybe they do, maybe they don't, is have financial advisors not only to help you get into college, but help you get your money straight and don't listen to family and friends that want you to go out and buy the 2026 Lexus, that you're going to have, and then all of a sudden when you're out of college and you don't have any money and you don't have an education and you waste all your money, you got to sell that Lexus back for a depreciated price.
Well, that's kind of my whole thing. It's like they're allowed to have we can't call them agents, but advisors.
Well, yeah, and I mean,
but that's part of the package.
They're creeping toward an NFL model.
Right.
And in the NFL, they've got teams of financial advisors that do nothing but try to help these players protect themselves, from, making crazy moves,
Are we suggesting that the athletes should be required to take a financial literacy course?
There you go.
Yeah.
And have to take it, not only take it, but pass it.
Yeah.
And I don't know how these payments work. And I was talking to a friend of mine, Chris Bergen. And we're trying to think about if it's, do you get paid per game? Do you get paid up front? Do you get paid per performance? Do you get paid when the season's over? How does all that work? I mean, see, that's what's kind of hard to kind of hard to figure out how that works, and or when you go get paid, and some people might want to take the money and run. They get paid early. They don't want to play. They don't want to get hurt. And see, that's the thing. The year Clemson lost, they beat Alabama one year. Then the next year they got drubbed by Alabama. But the rumor was a bunch of the players that were NFL ready didn't want to get hurt, quote unquote, and didn't want to play because they didn't want to get hurt because they didn't want to mess up. Maybe that's what's happening with some of these college kids now. I mean, you see a lot of teams underperforming, because they just don't want to get their players hurt. And I'm not saying that's happening at Clemson or South Carolina. I know South Carolina's defensive player is one of the best in the country. That kid's going to be like a top 5 pick next year when he comes out. And I don't know about Lenoris. I mean, I don't know if he gets a nickel being hurt because he was hurt in high school. Now, I guess he had a concussion last week. I don't know what he had last week. I never heard.
Concussion. He was in concussion protocol. Let's put it that way.
And see, I don't know if he should play this week or not. You're on the road at Missouri, who's ranked. I think you might would sit him, but they're going to let him play. My question is, why is Doty playing? And I'm a Clemson fan, but I'm asking, why is Doty playing when you had these other 2 quarterbacks that are supposed to be 5-star all everything that cannot miss, and they're sitting on the bench while Doty's not doing anything?
Let me answer that question for you. And I got a text from Coach Lorick saying that USC, I think they pay per month. That's how they're doing it. There was a post that somebody put out, and South Carolina Gamecocks 24 and 247 Sports put this out, and it was shared by CBS. The 12 most disappointing players so far in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
We all know who's on the top of that list. Arch Manning.
Cade Klubnik.
And Cade Klubnik's the 3rd spot. He's behind DJ Lagway at Florida. Now, they really weren't stack ranked. They just listed them.
Yeah.
My point in all this is we started talking about Aaron Nolan and the other young quarterback recruit. Everything we've heard is what people have told us. Pundits have told us.
Right.
Services have told us. We haven't really got to see these guys with our own 2 eyes to know this, but yet when Nolan was announced, I mean, I'm immediately thinking by the way this guy's written up, well, my goodness, he may challenge Lenore Sellers. He's coming from Ohio State.
When that transfer did happen, we brought that up on several occasions. Like,
why are they bringing this guy? You got him.
Like, you get Cutter Woods because he is a true freshman.
Yeah. Now, you give him time to develop, but with that list of disappointing players, who in their right mind really believed Arch Manning was a Heisman candidate? I never did.
Even Arch said, guys, I've only played 2 games.
It's unfair to these kids. So these expectations are set way up here just so these guys will have something to write about when they don't make it. And you can throw lists out like this and call these guys disappointing. Well, last time I checked, there's 10 other players on that field.
Right. And those lists mean nothing. And I'm going to flip it to a fantasy football side because my wife and my son are actually playing this year, which is kind of fun. There's a guy on NFL Network that said, hey, you got to start this player, bench this player, start this player, bench this player, da-da-da-da-da. And he was wrong on 5 of the 6.
Yeah.
So I called him out on X, Twitter, whatever. I called him out. I was like, well, wait a minute now. Why would I start this guy when you told me not to start this guy? Why would I listen to you? Never wrote me back. I don't think he ever blocked me, but he never answered me. And he's on there constantly. It's like the dude that goes on Phil's show at night, every night on Fridays. He's right 1 out of 3 times. I mean, if I can make, in baseball, that's great. 1 out of 3 times. Head coach in football, not so great. So, I mean, sometimes these people just don't understand. That's their business, that's their job, and they want to make money. And if they ever have a 4-0 week, that's all you go hear about. If they might be 4-0 week 2 and 2-15 the next, but you're 4-0 week 2, that's what you could talk about. Not the 2-15 you were.
Yeah.
So the pundits don't know what's going on. Even the SEC egghead, that comes on the show every day that hates Clemson, even said Arch Manning was the best quarterback he's seen and forever. He's going to be a standout player, blah, blah, blah. He's going to, win the Heisman. He's going to be the best one in the SEC this year. I don't know who the best quarterback in the SEC this year. I thought it would be Lenore, still could be. I don't know if it'll be Arch. I don't know who's good in that because I don't watch college football that much anymore. But getting back all the way back, circle all the way around back to Cade, I don't know if he's late or not. I don't know how that works. I mean, maybe he's just trying to aim the ball instead of just letting it go. Remember last year when they were thought they were done and not winning anything, that's when they actually started playing a lot better because they had no pressure on them. Maybe now that they've lost to Georgia Tech and they think the same thing, well, we're done again, unless Georgia Tech loses 2 games, which they may not, let's just go out and have fun. When they start doing that and they start just wanting to have fun, that's when they start playing a lot better.
Well,
I mean, Cyclone could be in the same boat. So you never know.
Besides the performance level, I mean, just looking at his body language and the way he's working on the field, the Cade Klubnik I've seen in the first couple of games looks like the Cade Klubnik I saw last year early on, which was a Cade Klubnik that looked pressured. He looked like he was forcing it. He didn't really appear comfortable or fluid. Now, the Cade Klubnik that did really well in the second half of the season, he looked like, again, a kid born with a football in his hand. And that's the Cade Klubnik, because I think he was more relaxed. I don't know if they changed the play calling or they simplified it or they did something. He just did not. It's two different men playing football.
Here's something out there right now. The anonymous scouts and administrators of the National Football League have been polled. And they asked who's the best quarterback in the draft. Lenore Sellers was number one.
Yep.
So a lot of executives still think that Lenore Sellers is going to be just fine. Nussmeier got 7. Carson Beck got 3 votes. John Mateer got 3. Drew Aller got 2. Sam Levitt and Arch Manning got 1.
Wow.
Cade Klubnik got 0.
Well, yeah, and now he's going as a third round to fifth round pick at quarterback, which means he's a person you have to sit for a couple of years, like Jordan Love did. You have to sit him there for a little while. He ain't coming in like Jaden Daniels. I mean, I don't know if we see it. Maybe that happen next year. As a Clemson fan, I would love for Lenore to do well enough to get to a bowl game, not win a national championship, but be maybe a top 4 quarterback and go pro so he can get out of here. I know how good he is. I seen him play for 3 years at South Florence. I saw how he carved up. When he'd run, he would remind me of Deshaun Watson when he would just run through traffic and stuff and do things. I mean, I want him to go pro and have fun, have a great career. Stay there for 10 years. Go play for Dallas. I'll be fine with that too. Since I'm a Cowboy fan, that would help me out. I'd be okay with that. But as far as Cade, I never thought he'd be like the number 1 overall pick. I never thought that. And all those pre-draft things, that's a lot of pressure. And when you read all that pressure, you have to build, you have to live up to all that pressure. And when you start pressing, you don't live up to it, and that's when you start making mistakes. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I don't know what they do today. If they lose to Syracuse, then it is what it is. I mean, whenever you're favored by that many points, you're supposed to win. I don't know what South Carolina, Missouri's deal is. Do they play at night or during the day?
7:30. 7:30. Yeah.
I mean, they always got South Carolina playing at night.
And I don't understand that.
Well, I mean, I don't either. I mean, I mean, maybe it's because of Lenore. You want to see him play at night. You get to sit back and relax. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen next year because all I know is this: Vicenza's still there. I don't know why they don't bring him in. If they lose another game and they're basically done in the ACC. And Cade's still struggling. Why not bring Vicenza in just to let him see what he can do?
Yeah.
He might go out there and be great because I know how Dabo's really loyal to his seniors. But Vicenza's like a junior, a sophomore?
Wasn't he one, though, that was supposed to be all-world? I mean, because that's what the pundits were saying when they picked him up and he committed. Oh, that's a big get. I mean, that's a big deal.
Vizina?
And you've not seen a word. Not seen him hardly at all.
Well, and next year you might, but then again, I don't know if the offensive coordinator's there next year. So we'll see how that goes.
I'll ask the question. I'll be more than happy to ask the question right now, because it started brainstorming during the week. I'm gonna ask both of y'all this right now: is Cade Klubnik Kelly Bryant 2.0?
I don't think so.
I think he's better than Kelly Bryant. I know Kelly Bryant went undefeated. But Kelly Bryant, he wasn't a very accurate passer. He could run like crazy.
Yeah.
But Alabama figured out how to shut that down, and you saw how they dominated that game. They only had 140-something yards of total offense because they realized, if you go ahead, you throw, please throw. We're going to stop the run, complete a pass, and he couldn't do it. And that's why when Lawrence came in, Lawrence took over week 3 or week 4, and led Clemson to a national championship as a freshman. And speaking of him, I didn't. They have this thing on the NFL Network where it's mid-Lawrence. He's called mid-Lawrence now. They have a mid-Lawrence graph on what he does each week. I don't know why they particularly him out, maybe because he came out with all the accolades, but he's mid-Lawrence now. And his pressure rate, when he gets pressured, he's completing the least amount of percentage completions being pressured the whole year. And he's overthrown some people and left some plays out there too. So you can't say it's a Clemson thing because they've had 2 different offensive coordinators. But I don't know if the offensive coordinator for Clemson's coming back next year. The guy they got coming out of Arizona is supposed to be a really good baseball player and quarterback who is great in the Elite 11. I think it's the top 3 Elite 11s coming into Clemson next year. That guy might take over and be the one, or he could just be like DJ Lagway and others where he just has to sit behind Fazenza and see how it goes. It was nice to have a Watson and a Lawrence where you can put them in there and let them do what they need to do. You guys have a Sellers now, and you got it. So maybe after this year, when both those guys leave, who knows how these teams look next year?
Yeah.
Who knows if the wide receivers stay at Clemson? Who knows if Dylan Stewart stays at South Carolina because he wants to go win a national championship somewhere? And without Sellers, don't know how easy that's going to be. So, all right, anyway, while I'm sitting here, I got to go get me some Chick-fil-A, go to Walmart, and get some stuff. So, you guys have fun, and I'll chat at you later.
All right, Curtis.
Thanks,
Thank
Curtis.
you.
Best cameraman in the business.
Yeah, he's
right
in
there,
and out
boys.
just as quick, A little more winded today. He talked a lot more than normal.
I know. And he didn't try to get everything in one sentence.
Well, yeah, you're right. Usually it's in one breath and one sentence.
I was about to say, the rarest thing about that is we got a chance to talk.
Yeah, we did. Get some feedback. little dialogue going. How about that?
Oh, my. Well, you know what? We'll take a break, come back, and we'll tell you what those anonymous scouts and NFL officials have to say about Lenore Sellers.
I've got an asterisk to throw on that when we get back.
Oh, my. Might get spicy. Back in a moment.
Hello, everybody. This is Donnie Daniel with Daniel Wealth Management. Who is Daniel Wealth Management? Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit about us. At Daniel Wealth Management, we care and listen. We strive to protect, manage, and grow your future vision of life. We do this with character, integrity, and confidence as we seek to earn your trust and celebrate life's journeys together.
Securities and investment and advisory services offered through Osaic Wealth Incorporated. Member FINRA SIPC. Osaic Wealth is separately owned, and other entities and/or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Osaic Wealth.
Hey, it's Tony Zach with Mr. Sparky. Storm season is here. Surge protectors block excess voltage that shorten the lifespan of your major appliances by up to 30%. That's like only getting to use 2/3 of the value of your appliances that you paid thousands for. We have surge protection packages to fit every budget. Call us, Mr. Sparky. We'll be right over.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
And here's the snap. Freeze your tires rolling down the field.
For over 51 years, our family-owned team and South Carolina leading Goodyear dealer has been keeping Sumter on the road with the right tires for every make, model, and budget. Backed by nationwide warranty. From tires to brakes, alignments, and oil changes, they've got all your preventative maintenance covered. Remember, if it rolls, Brazier can fix it. No matter what colors you wear, you're part of the winning tradition. Drive in for your next set today. Brazier Tire, 310 East Liberty Street in Sumter.
Nothing says tradition like your hometown Piggly Wiggly. Take it from the pig. When it comes to value and freshness, you can't beat Piggly Wiggly. They've been bringing home the bacon for millions of American families for over 100 years. Today, they're one of the best-known and best-loved brands in America. Stop by your local Piggly Wiggly today and take home the freshest meats, vegetables, and produce, along with great deals on all your favorite brands. Each week, the pig features new specials, perfect for your tailgating parties and family mealtime.
In the heart of South Carolina, where the spirit of celebration thrives, there's a place unlike any other. Mickey Finn's your one-stop party destination with 3 locations, Cashua Drive, Pamplico Highway, and their huge beverage warehouse on Dr. Johnny Bruce Road next to Buc-ee's. Step into a world of endless possibilities where the shelves are filled with the largest selection of beer, wine, and liquor, each bottle carrying its own story of flavor and enjoyment. Sign up today for Mickey Finn's customer rewards. Mickey Finn says, we drink all we can and sell the rest.
Family vacation time, and you're all set to go.
John, ready? I talked to the neighbors about picking up our mail. The Avery son will water the grass. The car had the oil changed and tire pressure checked. The thermostat is slightly higher. Everything is packed, and the kids and our luggage are now waiting in the car. Ready?
But what about Carolina-Thieves.com? What deals will we be missing this Friday at 10 a.m.?
Kids, out of the car.
Don't worry, week after week, there will be plenty of great deals available. So feel free to take that family vacation. Log on to CarolinaSaves.com.
As long as we have high school football games in South Carolina, we're going to need officials, and right now we have a shortage of those. The South Carolina Football Officials Association and the South Carolina High School League need people who want to stay involved in sports and are willing to work hard. Help make a difference in lives of hundreds of kids in your community and have fun while earning some extra money, staying in shape, and expanding your network of friends. Text REF, R-E-F, to 66866 to register now or visit scfoa.net/join to receive more information.
Hey, this is Anish Shroff. Join me, Jake Delhomme, Luke Kuechly, and Kristen Balboni Sunday as the Panthers host the Atlanta Falcons. It's Carolina's home opener, and pregame coverage begins at noon. Kickoff is at 1 on the Carolina Panthers radio network.
Florence and the PD's home of the Panthers on 96.3 ESPN Radio. Clemson, Carolina, Coastal. We've got you covered on game day in the Carolinas.
Oh. I'll tell you.
Oh,
later.
you tell me off the air.
I got something we forgot to do. Today is a special day.
Today is a special day.
So at the next break, I'll have to tell you.
Okay. We'll do
I'm
that.
sorry.
No,
folks.
you're right.
Where's my brain? Got in too late last night.
Well, no, I was about to say, you did a game at Dillon, and I was already asleep by the time you had finished your game.
Yeah, probably.
It is game day in the Carolinas. All right. Here we go.
So do you want my asterisk before we talk about the story or after?
Yes, but let me refresh the people that have just tuned in.
Okay.
An anonymous poll has been put out with NFL executives and scouts about who is the best quarterback in the draft, in this upcoming draft. 8 said Lenore Sellers, and that is one better than Garrett Nussmeier. Now, before I get into what the anonymous scouts are saying, your asterisk, please, sir.
My asterisk is, whenever you give a poll, whether it's positive or negative on either side, I don't think there should be any type of anonymity. I think if you're going to make a statement, you need to have the stones or the whatever to stand up and say, yes, I am so-and-so and whatever. This is how I see it. Otherwise, we don't know this writer is just not just pulling this out of his you-know-what. I think
a good point.
You've got to be able, if you're going to be able to pass judgment on somebody and it be printed, you need to have your name on it too.
I agree.
That's an easy pass to either really denigrate somebody or really, really build them up.
Well, we saw that with the anonymous ACC coaches that say that Cade Klubnik is late on everything.
Yes. Are the same ones that were anonymously talking about how, Arch Manning would go number 1 right now. He's ready.
By the way, preseason prognostication is only good for one thing.
Yeah, line in a bird cage.
Keep you and I in a job.
Well, that's true.
That's about it.
Then it lines the bird cage.
Yeah. So, here's what the anonymous NFL guys have to say about Lenore Sellers. And it's nothing that you and I haven't said at least 400 times on this show since he was a freshman at South Florence High School when we watched him bomb a whole bunch of things watch him bomb some passes in warm-up. He's got the most physical talent, one veteran scout told ESPN. His ability to scramble and make plays with his feet as a runner. He's instinctive, and the ball comes out quick. He's got a unique talent level, the kid, his story, and how he got there. He's got a toughness to him. It intrigues people. He's got the makeup, intangibles, and ability to run. He's got the most potential to be an impact player. The debate between Sellers and Nussmeier, who, by the way, got the second most votes, came down to physical traits for some scouts. Of course, Sellers is 6'3", 240, and fits what we would consider now a Lamar Jackson. I'm trying to think of maybe a Kyler Murray with better accuracy.
The Eagles quarterback, too.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts
is a good one.
And Cam Newton. He's been compared a lot to Cam Newton. Bigger version of Cam Newton.
Yeah, bigger Cam Newton. Meanwhile, Nussmeier is 6'1", 205, and is considered a good athlete, but maybe not big enough to be a modern NFL quarterback?
I think he's big enough to be a modern NFL quarterback. It's all about understanding the system. You know, letting the game's got to slow down for him. He's got the physical attributes. He's got a good arm. Nussmeier does.
I think Nussmeier's a better passer than Lenoris.
He might be. You know, the difference is, though, when that pocket breaks down and you got to make an instinctive move,
who do you
want? Money's on Lenoris because we've seen what he can do putting the team on his shoulders and carrying them.
Well, and I know we're pushing Lenoris to the next level here in this segment. I'm looking, and this is what scares me about Lenoris. I don't want him to be Tua Tagovailoa 2.0.
Me too. And I don't think he will.
And I want to say this as a tepid defense of Shula. Again, I'm using the word tepid. Maybe Mike Shula has sat Lenoris down and goes, listen, my game planning is to make sure you have a long career in the NFL and you aren't, for lack of a better term, to a 2.0 where you're just hurt all the time.
Well, the asterisk I throw on that one is it's not his job to make Lenoris a successful NFL quarterback.
I agree.
His job is to win ball games.
Exactly.
And to basically draw up a scheme that emphasizes and accentuates the guy's God-given abilities. And he's not done that. He's tried to make him a drop-back passer with no line to protect him. The plays
There's the key.
have been horribly called. And I don't understand why it is at the University of South Carolina we seem to get these has-been washed-up people. I'd rather have Dowell Loggins back. I'll be honest. At least Loggins tried to play to his strengths. What I've seen so far is playing nothing to Lenoris Seller's strengths. We're trying to play ball like the other teams are playing ball rather than using the weapons as they are. You know, it's like, I don't even know how to describe it. You know, you got a pistol and you're trying to use it as a can opener. I mean, it just doesn't make sense.
Right.
It frustrates me to no end. We'll get those. South Carolina will hire these washed-up has-beens or washed-up people instead of trying to find the young, innovative, cutting-edge, new and unknown type of OC.
I would agree with you on that.
And you can even come in and pay them a little less money to come in and do great things. You know,
you could probably even lure, I'm not going to say, you know, like a Coastal head coach less money, but you could probably lure a Middle Tennessee head coach that's doing things.
Well,
Tim Beck's probably going to be looking for a job.
Well, think of where a young and unknown, I don't know, Lincoln Riley showed up.
Yeah.
I mean, a guy like that showed up as an OC at Oklahoma and then works his way into that starting role and did well at Oklahoma. I think USC's turning around up there, but that's just an example of a young, bright mind no one knew about, and then, boom, he just emerges on the scene. That's what I'm looking for, and that's what that team needs. It's a shot in the arm.
Right.
It's not this old, dried-up, I don't even know what he's thinking half the time. Now, when you see Shula script a series, a la the opening series in their first game, I mean, it looked like brilliance. Then after that, what happened?
Yeah, he
fell apart.
Well,
he's got no instinct.
Let me put it this way, and I'm not exactly on the Mike Shula fan club. Please don't anybody think I'm a Mike Shula fan. He failed at Alabama.
Well, he wouldn't be the only one.
I mean,
but you're right.
He failed at Alabama. Woody, you and I can coach Alabama to 10 wins.
I think so, but I don't know. I mean, a guy like Kalen DeBoer can't either, it doesn't seem like.
Well, yeah, that's probably your next offensive coordinator.
I mean, it just puzzles me to no end. I mean, why South Carolina continues to go after that type of stuff rather than trying to find somebody at one of these other schools that's got a high-flying offense and maybe a smaller conference and bring them in and let them show some stuff.
That is the danger of making – because all the time, what do we hear out of fans? Oh, it's got to be a splash hire. It's got to be a splash hire.
Splash hire is what you want to hear.
Well, okay, but sometimes you're splashing because you crashed into the water.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a belly flop.
Yeah, exactly.
Not a swan dive.
There you go. There you go. It's like, no, I want the right hire, not the splash
Well,
hire.
Would you sit here and say that the head coach of South Carolina was a splash hire?
No.
No, people were scratching their head.
Like,
and that's just it.
Why
You're
are we
giving
bringing back this guy?
a young and unknown Beamer kid who really hadn't done anything more than be on the sidelines at a lot of different programs and grow up in one. Oh, here's the reins to an SEC program.
Well, I mean, yeah, and I got it. I mean, because a lot of Gamecock fans were excited for him to come back because, but they weren't excited for him to come back because he had done things as a head coach. They were excited for him to come back because, hey, wait a minute. This was one of the big wigs in recruiting under Spurrier, and here come the Spurrier times again.
Yep. And he's done great with recruiting.
Oh, yes.
So for a guy that was a young and unknown, it was given a huge leap to go from a sideline assistant or a advisor.
Yeah.
And he probably wasn't even listed in the program at Oklahoma because of what he was doing. And you've got an SEC program now you're heading up. Why would you not have that same mindset about people you hire to be coordinators?
Let me ask you this. Would you put your Garnet aside?
Sure.
If it meant Willie Korn?
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
That's a professional level job. I'm not one of these moron homers that thinks you got to be from a certain school, otherwise you can't work there. That's just stupid.
I mean, you probably would even Chad Morris. Chad Morris was great as an offensive coordinator.
Got no issues.
Yeah.
As long as they're qualified and they're bringing something innovative in, I don't care.
Right.
Do I think he's going to wait to the last game of the year and decide to call a bad game? No, I do not. I think he's going to be more on guard than he would have been in the other games.
Oh, he would want more. I mean, to me, especially a Chad Morris, because you're talking about Chad got fired from SMU right around the same time they brought in Garrett Riley.
Yep.
And I think at that point you would have a Chad Morris that is so motivated to go. You brought a flash in the pan who got lucky 1 year over the guy who architected your offense. Well, I'm going to go architect your offense at your rival.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do you think Chad Riley's done a great job?
I don't think Garrett Riley's done a good job at all.
I don't either. And see, that's the danger you take because at the time he was the splash hire. He was the big hot hand, young guy in college ball. Same thing I'm looking for South Carolina to do. And it does cut. Sometimes you're not going to win. But, I just don't understand why you bring a guy who I didn't even know Shula was still in college ball anywhere at all, and then all of a sudden he's the offensive coordinator.
Ain't it funny? The two things we have demanded Dabo to do, and we'll get to the call in just a second. The two things we've demanded Dabo to do has kind of backfired on him.
Yeah.
Because what was our biggest complaint when Tony Elliott took the job at Virginia? Or Oklahoma head coach, Venables.
Oh.
When Venables left, what was our biggest complaint? Oh, he's staying within the family.
Yep.
He needs to go outside. Dabo needs to go outside of the family. Well, how's that worked out for him?
Well, for a while there, it was working because it was really the next man up. You had 2 or 3 training underneath of Venables or an offensive coordinator there. So if you did lose them, you're keeping the same philosophy because that's what they've been trained in.
And the other thing
made sense.
And the other thing being, he needs to get into the transfer portal.
Well,
what's the transfer portal done yet? Well, I'm just saying. All right, let's take a phone call. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, fellas. This is Ray. How's it going?
Hey, Ray.
Hi, Ray. How are you?
Good. We got a guy at Colorado that you can have, Fred Schumer's son.
Everybody's trying to sell Colorado merchandise these days. I don't know why.
Well, I tell you, when I got my CU Buffs baseball cap, I couldn't find one anywhere. I got it a year ago. I went to the beach, didn't find it, couldn't find anything here, ended up having to order it online, and now they're everywhere. So, but I want to, if we can, go back to high school for a minute.
Sure.
First off, Matt, I can't find you on Twitter. Are you still on there?
No, me personally, no.
Okay.
Now the station's
well,
on
I'm
there.
looking for what's the best place to follow the high school scores because you used to post it pretty good. I know Lou Bezak does, and I know the Morning News does a little bit, but Lou Bezak, you got to go through, 500 upstate teams and just to find the in Horry County scores at night is difficult to do. And I don't know, I don't want to give any money to Max Prep. That's what they're called, to be able to get the scores in the morning, but it's frustrating not to be able to find the scores.
Is Ian Guerin on Twitter?
Ian's on
Ian
Twitter.
Guerin would be a good one to follow for Horry County. He's down. He's got his own website and his own service now. It's a pay for service, but he may be on Twitter.
IANGUERIN.
Okay, yeah,
super
I'll
nice guy.
Take a look at that.
And then he can branch out for you. But
go ahead. I saw last night. I watched the Bad Boys game.
Yeah.
And I hate to be critical, but man, I would think that you could go to FMU and get better production quality. And I know they're limited by
we've been told we've been told we're no longer allowed to criticize.
Oh, who's been told?
Well, no, because when we pass the criticisms along, the people aren't very happy when we pass the criticisms along. People who are actually watching the games on television.
Okay,
I'm just saying.
Well, they put that the midfield camera up on top of the press box, and of course, when my wife is watching Wheel of Fortune and I've got it on the tablet. I can't. I mean, it's like watching ants out there.
No, you're right, because I will do that to get the score of that game. I'll have it on a tab. In the studio, and you're absolutely right. They've got to do something about that. But
Ray, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you because I've got a wife that likes to control that set too with same shows she watches all the time. So
I'll let her have it till 8, and then at 8 o'clock it's like, all right, that's it.
It's your turn.
And then somewhere out of nowhere, that Gilded Age thing on HBO came. That was the worst thing I ever did, was get HBO, because I'll come in on a Saturday, like I'll roll in there in about a half an hour, and it's like, oh no, it's Saturday. Don't you remember Saturday in the fall? We're not watching the Gilded Age streaming on HBO for the next 4 hours.
Y'all need to learn that streaming don't mean you have to watch it that second.
That's right. It's just when it comes on. But yeah. Everybody I know is getting married this fall.
You know what else drives me nuts? You mentioned that is that she won't pause it when she gets up. I'll tell her, you know what? You can pause it so you don't. I can't get up and move because I'm trying to watch my program. Pause it. There's a little button there. Pause it.
Yeah. My wife.
Who ended up?
Go ahead.
Who ended up winning that Lake City game?
Lake City won by about a score.
They came back at the end and won it, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes,
wow,
sir.
That quarterback at Lake City, he's pretty good. Hannah, something like that.
Listen, I'll tell y'all right now, Lake City ain't bad. I mean, they've got some. I think they're a young team, if I'm not mistaken, but they've got some growing pains, and they're in a tough region. But Lake City is not as bad as everybody wants to say they are.
No, and I thought the quarterback at East Clarendon was pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Now, Woody, I was shocked to see the score that came out of Hartsville, and I know you talked a little bit about it earlier, but I mean, are they down, or what in the world happened up there last night?
They're young, and they played a complete game last week against Rock Hill. The other two games, their first opening game against Carolina Forest, they played about a quarter, or maybe a first half. And then after that, they just got behind and then got tired in the second half, and the other team pulled away. They played about 3/4 of a game against Camden, but and then Rock Hill, they played a complete game, and they won it. Last night, they did a little bit of the same where they got behind in their first quarter. They had to play some catch-up, got within a score. And then after that, I think they were just tired and gassed in that second half. But they're young. And I'll say Dillon's got a pretty good double threat there. They've got a quarterback that can flat out throw a football, and it's the most relaxed, one of the easiest throwing motions I've seen on any kid in the state of South Carolina throwing a football. I'll give him that.
I heard you talking about that.
It's amazing.
And, you know, I'm a Wilson guy, so
Yep.
you know, I think Wilson's got a real shot. The way that I didn't know Gilbert was as good as they are, and they played Gilbert down to the wire and only lost by 1 point. So
yes, sir.
Yeah,
that's their only loss.
Their only
And
loss of the season.
It's amazing it's amazing what's happened up there. The other thing I wanted to mention before I jump is I read something, and I'm not sure if I read it correctly or not, that said that Josh Leonard was coming back to play his junior year at Wilson. And I had heard all the talk that he was going to be going to one of the academies in Florida or Maryland or someplace.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I heard a rumor or saw it someplace that said he was coming back for this year. And I don't know if you guys had heard anything about that. And I'll hang up and listen to you guys on Saturday mornings. Have a great day.
Thank you, Ray, for
Thanks,
calling.
Ray.
We appreciate it as always. Now, I don't know about Josh Leonard. The AD over at Wilson's a good friend of mine. I'll shoot him a text and see if he has an update, and we maybe can pass that on today if I get an answer. So
awesome. We'll definitely do that, but we got to take a break because we haven't done something yet we need to do. And since you got to tell me something.
Yes, I do. I need to tell you something.
All right. Back in a minute.
Let's be real. Car shopping can be a headache. You know, you pull into a dealership, the salespeople are all outside following your car around until one of them springs into action, jumps on the hood of your car while holding onto your wiper blades, and is talking to you through the windshield, just trying to pressure you into buying their vehicle. Not at Big A Auto Sales. We keep it simple. No pushy salespeople, just honest deals that fit your needs. Bad credit, no sweat. Good credit, hey, even better. We have options, and our team will work hard to get you behind that wheel today. Stop stressing. Start driving. Because at Big A Auto Sales, the A stands for approved. Come see us at Big A Auto Sales, 1216 North Cashua Drive. Or call our team at 843-661-7272. Or you can look us up at bigaflorence.net. Check out our inventory.
I'm here with Coach Carter, who just won a game against their biggest rivals. Tell us how you're feeling, Coach.
I'm feeling great. This was a huge win for us tonight, and we couldn't have done it without every single member of the team. It's kind of like FTC's roster of services. Now there's a winning lineup. From internet and wireless to phone, security, and TV, these team players all play a critical role in making FTC your all-in-one technology company.
Now that sounds like a winning combination.
Get in the game with FTC, your all-in-one technology company. Stop by a local FTC store or visit FTC.net.
This year, CRW Insurance is celebrating 100 years of serving you, our loyal clients and neighbors. Since 1925, we've proudly protected what matters most, your homes, your businesses, and your families. We're local, we're trusted, and we're here because of you. From all of us at CRW Insurance, thank you for 100 incredible years. Here's to the next 100. CRW Insurance, helping people prepare today for tomorrow's unexpected.
It's football season, which means it's time to head to Rivals, a store divided, your go-to place for all things Clemson or Carolina. Get all your fall fashions at Rivals. It's wall-to-wall with the latest Clemson or Carolina gear, including dresses, shirts, shorts, shoes, and hats. And while you're there, gear up for your tailgating parties too, including tents, tables, chairs, coolers, and grillers. Plus, check out their fan cave section. It's full of metal and wooden signs at Rivals, a store divided. Looking for the perfect place to relax, play, and connect with friends? Darlington Country Club is in the heart of our community, and now's the time to join. During their special fall membership drive, enjoy exclusive savings when you join today, including up to 75% reduction in your one-time initiation fee. Whether it's their championship golf course, tennis or pickleball courts, swimming, or delicious dining, there's something for the entire family. Don't miss out on their special membership drive. Call 843-393-0236 or visit darlingtoncountryclub.com.
Now that the school year is in full gear, the last thing you need to worry about is car trouble. That's where Tim's Auto Pro comes in. Their skilled certified technicians offer complete preventative maintenance and full automotive repair on most makes and models, including imports at reasonable rate. Have that AC service. Replace those worn out tires. Have that front end aligned. service the tire pressure monitoring system, or schedule a multi-point safety inspection. Family owned and operated, Tim's Auto Pro, 2685 Peach Orchard Road in Dazzell, or online at timsautopro.com.
Trust DPM Property Maintenance for professional landscape design and installs on new and existing properties, commercial and residential. From irrigation system installs and upgrades to stunning outdoor lighting and audio, DPM prioritizes quality over quantity. They never rush through a job, making sure it's done right the first time, every time. Call Tyler Davison today at 843-617-2038 for your free estimate. Find them on Facebook at Davison Property Maintenance, LLC. DPM Davison Property Maintenance, bringing your vision to life with trust and quality.
Your new Chevrolet from Jones Chevrolet comes with our exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Now that's peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet offers their extraordinary 20-year, 200,000-mile powertrain warranty on your new Chevrolet at no cost to you. Plus, at Jones Chevrolet, you won't pay a dealer fee, saving you even more. See us online at joneschevy.com or hurry into Jones Chevrolet in Sumter. More car, less money, guaranteed. Business, commercial, Corvettes, and Civic Rush Camaros do not apply. Non-transferable. See dealer for details.
Nothing says tradition like your hometown Piggly Wiggly. Take it from the pig. When it comes to value and freshness, you can't beat Piggly Wiggly. They've been bringing home the bacon for millions of American families for over 100 years. Today, they're one of the best-known and best-loved brands in America. Stop by your local Piggly Wiggly today and take home the freshest meats, vegetables, and produce, along with great deals on all your favorite brands. Each week, the pig features new specials, perfect for your tailgating parties and family mealtime.
Hello, everybody. This is Donnie Daniel with Daniel Wealth Management. Who is Daniel Wealth Management? Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit about us. At Daniel Wealth Management, we care and listen. We strive to protect, manage, and grow your future vision of life. We do this with character, integrity, and confidence as we seek to earn your trust and celebrate life's journeys together.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Mosaic Wealth Incorporated. Member FINRA SIPC. Mosaic Wealth is separately owned, and other entities and/or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Mosaic Wealth.
The Monster arrives in Florence on October 4th. It's the Florence Monster Yard Sale at the Florence Center, Saturday, October 4th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Don't miss out. Reserve your space to sell there. Go to scmonsteryardsale.com and purchase your booth space. Whether you just have a lot of antiques, items that others want, or things collecting dust in your garage or attic, or if you have a home or retail business and want to be in this Monster Yard Sale, come and be a part of this huge event at the air-conditioned Florence Center. Get ready to make some money and show off your stuff to all of Florence. All the fun and excitement takes place Saturday, October 4th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Don't wait because booth space is going fast. Check out scmonsteryardsale.com and reserve your booth today. Or call 843-678-9393 for more information. You can also email monsteryardsale@commbroadcasters.com.
Community Broadcasters is proud to be your local radio source. However, we're more than just a voice of the airwaves. We're a one-stop shop for total advertising solutions.
Yes, we broadcast your message to loyal listeners, but we also take your brand beyond the dial. Want to reach people where they scroll, stream, and surf? We've got you covered.
Digital ads? Absolutely. Social marketing? You bet. Streaming platforms, targeted campaigns, real-time metrics. That too. Whether you're reaching across town or across the world, we can help place your message directly in front of your ideal audience.
With passion, impact, and results. So why settle for less when you can amplify your message everywhere? Let community broadcasters help you broadcast bigger and advertise smarter.
It's your voice, your reach, one platform with endless possibilities. Email us at communityconnect@combroadcasters.com. That's communityconnect@commbroadcasters.com. Or call us at 843-678-9393. We're Community Broadcasters. It's more than just a catchy name.
Family vacation time, and you're all set to go.
John, ready? I talked to the neighbors about picking up our mail. The Avery son will water the grass. The car had the oil changed and tire pressure checked. The thermostat is slightly higher. Everything is packed, and the kids and our luggage are now waiting in the car. Ready?
But what about Carolina at Zaves.com? What deals will we be missing this Friday at 10 a.m.?
Kids, out of the car.
Don't worry, week after week, there will be plenty of great deals available. So feel free to take that family vacation. Log on to carolinasaves.com.
WOLH Florence and WDXY Sumter. It's game day in the Carolinas.
To the Batmobile. Let's go. Atomic batteries to power.
Turbines to speed.
Roger. Ready to move out.
There it is.
Batman.
Down. Pow.
Zowie. Schlap.
Adam West. You know the coolest thing?
Holy rusted metal, Batman.
Of course. Why did we play that, Woody?
Today is National Batman Day.
Yes, it is. Do you know what the coolest thing is? This is awesome. When Adam West retired, he went, I think was it Montana or something like that?
Yeah.
In the phone. Now here's his in the phone book. Yeah, back in the day, kids, we used to have this big book of a book of phone numbers. So you get to Adam West's phone numbers. See Batman. Yellow Pages.
Yeah.
Or was it see Crime Fighters. Yellow Pages. So you flip the Yellow Pages, and under Crime Fighters, Batman. and the phone number is C. Adam West.
Yes, that's funny.
So the prank that Adam West played in the town where he lived, and on Family Guy, he would actually bring a little bit of that.
Yeah,
the Batman camp.
Yeah,
nobody messes with Adam Wee.
And I kind of like, I like the other Batmans that have come out. The Dark Knight I enjoyed with Christian Bale and some of those, but Batman's always going to be Adam West.
I want. Well, we can't have it now because the Joker's kind of gotten.
Oh well, they've really taken the Joker and
a little off the
Penguin
rails.
too.
Yeah, but see if they would have taken. I would have loved to have seen Mark Hamill actually play the Joker. Just one.
That would have been interesting.
He actually did in the animated series.
Okay,
that's Mark Hamill in the animated series. Who's the Joker, and to me, it's still the best Joker.
Well, I think, the Riddler in the original was kind of goofy looking because not of the outfit, but if you ever noticed, go back and look, his shoes, he was wearing like penny loafers or something.
Yeah,
in that costume, but Jim Carrey was completely over the top doing the Riddler, but he did a fantastic job. I thought he was really good.
If you really want my opinion on that, those were the two best villains.
I agree.
Both coming out of that movie because Tommy Lee Jones
as Two-Face
was just amazing.
Yeah.
And he knew how to play that part perfectly.
Yeah.
So, now we got so many of the backstories.
We've really nerded out here. And I did not like Pfeiffer as Catwoman. I did not.
Well, You're in a very lonely place on that one, sir.
I just didn't think she was right for that role, but that's just me. So.
Well, that's because 90% of us only see Michelle Pfeiffer in tight leather. and we're talking early 90s.
Well,
Michelle Pfeiffer in tight leather.
The original Catwoman was a pretty good looking gal,
Eartha
too.
Kitt? Oh.
Eartha was, and the woman, the other one on the show. There was a second one. She did the original, Eartha Kitt did, and then they had another actress come in.
Yeah,
she wasn't terrible.
Just as alluring.
But, still. Who was the woman? I can't think of her name. The actress.
We've already lost Miss Betty, so we can go on. We can go
on. The actress that played, she played in Ace Ventura. She was the cop.
Oh,
it was the kicker.
Sean Young.
Sean Young.
Sean Young, yeah.
She came out because she auditioned for that same role, and Pfeiffer got it, and she was so angry she didn't get it. I think she appeared on Letterman, and she wore the Catwoman costume.
Yes, she did.
I think she would have been a good one because she was already crazy.
Yes,
that was perfect. So
Sean Young played some great roles. Back
yes,
in the
she
day,
did,
man. Yeah, that's probably would have been my number 2 too. Woo. But
anyway, we're nerded out now. We're done. Comic-Con was last weekend.
Yes, it was. Hey, I mentioned this at the start of the show. Is it time Oklahoma State made a change?
I think they're headed there regardless.
Because, you think about it, we had a bloodbath on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Red Wedding went down. There, if we're going to nerd out, we might as well go all the way.
Yeah.
Red Wedding went down at UCLA and at Virginia Tech. No, we're not going to be one of those, Shane Beamer about to take the Virginia Tech job.
I'm not worried about that. He wants it, go.
I'm so tired of hearing
I'm not worried about that.
I honestly am tired of hearing that now.
Now, you got a contingent of people that think Dabo needs to get gone.
Well,
which is surprising.
Dabo said it Wednesday. Hey, y'all want me gone? Y'all want me to leave the Valley? That's all right. I'll wait till Kalen DeBoer gets fired, and I'll go to Alabama.
And, well, that's assuming Alabama would want him.
I think Alabama would take him.
At this point, they probably would.
Because you don't want to be the guy who follows even Dabo doesn't want to be the guy who follows the guy.
No, he's not that dumb.
And I think, because here's the way I see it. I think if you put Dabo in Alabama, it's a place where he can let him be him.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think his shtick at Clemson is wearing a little thin. And maybe that's because the last 2 or 3 seasons, you're winning 9 games. Yes, I know they went to the playoffs last year.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you aren't where you were in 2017. Yeah. And now, when you're not winning national championships, that aw shucks, dudes being dudes.
Yeah.
It wears a little thin.
Yeah, especially when they're seeing other riches at other programs and guys playing in the transfer portal and bringing in talent.
When you're seeing teams in your own garbage conference, let's be honest, the ACC is still garbage. But when you're seeing teams in your own conference starting to catch up with you, this is probably what Bobby Bowden felt at Florida State when Clemson started to catch up. And I'll say it right now, when Clemson started to catch up at Florida State, Bobby Bowden, wasn't there much longer.
It's amazing people listen to you on Facebook Live because I'm getting a text from Coach Lorick saying, tell him not to pick on Gundy. He's a man. Remember?
I'm a man.
Remember that press conference from a few years ago?
How old is he now? 60?
Don't pick on me. I'm a man.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
You come at me.
So what
I'm
do you know? I'm a man. I'm 55. I don't even know. How old is that rant now?
10 years?
Longer than that. Because that was before Dogs and Cats.
I got to look that one up. How the age.
Yeah, the I'm a man rant. But at the same time, I think, and you're right. I noticed that last night when he was coming off the field. He ain't just got a mullet anymore. That man's gone full 80s. He got the mullet permed.
Well, this is saying, that's when it was posted.
Yeah.
That was 2008? Yeah, 2008. Wow.
So you're telling me that thing's, about 17 years old? So that makes him now, what, 57? He's a man, he's 57? I think that's how old Gundy is now.
Yeah. And I'm going to jump back to Ray's question. Yes, they still have the Josh Leonard at Wilson. So there you go. But continue on. So I hope you heard that, Ray. That was for you.
Josh Leonard is
you asked, I delivered.
Is still at Wilson. That's what. But you get boat race. Now I get that Oregon is a national championship contender.
Mm-hmm.
I got it. But to get boat raced the way they did against Oregon.
Well, it's surprising considering the amount of money that's behind that program. And then you look across the way and see SMU spending gobs of oil money on their program.
Oh, no, I get it. I get it.
You kind of have to wonder.
Oklahoma State, their biggest benefactor, died a few years ago, and they're trying to, have a race with a bunch of Porsches while they're in a, 1982 Yugo. I mean, I got it, but at the same time, look, it might be time.
I think every program needs it after a certain amount of time because at some point the offense kind of gets stale. If that coach is not flexible to bring other people in, and that might have been what had Saban.
I think Saban
relevant
got purely,
as long because he was losing assistants left and right. You're having to bring new people in. You're having to adapt to change.
Fresh blood every once in a while.
Fresh blood. I mean, it got renewed and replenished every 2 years or so.
Well, that goes back to what we were saying about Dabo.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we were saying you can't just stay inside the family. Because you're right. When Chad Morris left, you had Brian Scott.
Yeah, Brad Scott.
Brad Scott's son.
Yep.
Whose name is just gone for me for a minute. and you had Tony Elliott. Both of them were ready to go. You made them co-offensive coordinators. And then when Scott took the job at South Florida, Tony Elliott was good enough to go. Now Tony Elliott is at Virginia, probably not going to be there much longer, unfortunately.
Well, here's another question for you. We talked about the Red Wedding. At this point in the season already with those two programs, UCLA and Virginia Tech, why not let them continue with the coach? Go ahead and just privately have your search done. Let the coach know, hey, listen, you're coaching your last season with us, Chief. You don't have a job coming into the season. We're going to be looking for your replacement. And you start doing that search quietly.
Pry, I understand, after 3 weeks.
Okay.
Because Pry was probably sat down at the end of last season and told, listen, dude, you've been here now, I think that was his 5th year.
Yeah.
You've been here 5 years or 4 years. If we don't start seeing improvement, we're going to let you go. I do not understand UCLA to save my life.
2 years.
He's been there 2 years.
Yeah.
And under the circumstances, he took that job.
Yeah.
Chip Kelly left at the last minute to go to Ohio State. By the way, Chip Kelly left Ohio State. I don't know if anybody knows this or not.
That was very quiet.
He is the offensive coordinator for the Raiders now.
Oh, my goodness.
The only way I knew that is because he held a press conference last week. But so you don't even give that guy a legitimate chance, and he's gone. Now, don't get me wrong. All 3 of UCLA's losses this year have been embarrassing. I think 2 of them were to 1AA teams. Or not 1AA, but one of them was to a Gang of 5 school, and the other one was to a 1AA. I got it. You're embarrassed. And it's all about the Benjamins. But that's the thing. I know I'm going rambly here for a minute.
It's all right.
But my point is, if we're going to treat the kids like they're professionals, and we're talking about how the game, how college football has become NFL light, well, we got to treat the coaches the same way, don't we? And I think this is going to be, especially in college football and especially in college basketball, you are not going to be given time to get your players in. Because the AD is going to look at you when you tell them, hey, I need 3 or 4 years to get my guys in. The transfer portal exists.
Yep.
And I'm just going to say this right now. It ain't 100% Deion Sanders' fault. Please do not think I am blaming Deion Sanders solely for this. But what he did when he put 50 players in that transfer portal 2 years ago, when he was the first year as a head coach, ruined coaching for everybody. And it wasn't just him, by the way. He was the biggest name to do it. But there have been 3 or 4 other schools that started putting tens of players in the transfer portal. And now everybody thinks the easy fix is we'll dump half the team in the transfer portal and go get the other half.
Well, it's kind of hard to do that when your NIL budget's only about $8 to $10 million, which places you in the bottom half of Power 4 teams in the nation.
Oh, I agree.
And on top of that, according to this article from the businessofcollegesports.com, their financial challenges extend beyond NIL spending. The athletic department has operated in the red for 6 consecutive years, accumulating $219.5 million in debt, while paying New Mexico $1.2 million last week to host a game which they were beat in.
And you're talking about UCLA.
Yes.
So think about that.
And you got a guy that's a former Bruin that wants to coach the team, took it under these circumstances.
Yeah.
And you can him in 2 seasons. And he's one of your own.
Think about that. Diego, I made the joke Monday. I'll do it again. Diego Pavia, $4 million. Playing New Mexico, $1.2 million.
Yeah.
Having New Mexico come to your place and stomping a mud hole in you, priceless.
Yeah. They're distributing $20.5 million annually to athletes starting this academic year. And that's even bigger budgetary pressure now.
So,
I mean, leading football, this is what it says, leading football programs are projected to require $40 to $50 million annually, when combining revenue sharing and NIL payments from collectives.
And that's just to pay the bills.
And that doesn't even guarantee you're going to win.
That's just to pay the bills.
And look at UCLA is operating, to me, with both hands and maybe one leg behind their back.
I hate to say it. Well, no. You know what? I need to stop saying that. I need to stop qualifying that, because if I hate to say it, I wouldn't say it. When we go to the Super League, stuff like this needs to be taken into account.
Mm-hmm.
So UCLA, when we get to the Super League, bye-bye. You're not coming.
Here's what makes it even sicker. New Mexico, the Lobos. Their total athletic budget is $47 million.
Yes. Yes. We haven't even talked about what this new landscape is going to do. And that's why I think you're going to see the Super League.
Yeah.
Because at some point, these Gang of Five schools are going to go, y'all are bankrupting us. Look at and here's the other thing. ACC ADs are going to sit down this week. You know what they're doing? Talking about schedule.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there is a proposal that will require every ACC team to play 2 Power 4 schools every year. Not in conference. So there go the money games.
Yeah, you're right. And they're discussing what, a 20.5 million cap now for that budget, which is right kind of in their wheelhouse. But I mean, that's what UCLA's paying out right now, and they're already behind over $200 million.
And they might be the worst team in the Big Ten. God, it's still weird to say, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's just when we get to the Super League, and I think that's where, if you're playing in the Super League, that's where you need to be right now.
Yeah.
You need to figure out the financial stuff. We'll get the TV stuff done 27, 28. Let's sit down in 2025, and I'm talking about all the power players. ESPN needs to come to the table. Fox needs to come to the table. CBS needs to come to the table with these college football, the big players in college football, and go, all right, we've got to figure out a structure that's going to make this work.
Yeah. Well, see, the whole interior of that college boardroom now has changed. Because back in the day, you bring back former players that were big-time stars.
Right.
They're you guys that go out and recruit and gin up money to get people to donate for the $100 handshakes and all the other crap, a couple business donors. But now you got to have a team of people who are lawyers, shrewd accountants. We're talking like forensic accountants. And you're even talking about people that are market strategists.
Well, I've said this. Remember, I said this when Ray Tanner stepped down. The days of the old coach,
good old boy,
who won the national championships for you, retiring and becoming your AD, are over.
Yeah, if you can find a guy that's got that but front office experience with a professional team, you better hire him, because that's what they're looking for.
Well, I mean, the guys that are getting the front office experience in even in the pros, where are they going? They're the general managers of the football team. They're the general managers of the basketball. They're not even AD.
Yeah, that's some of the newest announcements you've seen. So-and-so hired to be the new general manager of whatever program.
And it looks like
it's amazing.
It looks like the power structure now is AD, like the GM's answer to the AD.
Yeah.
But what is the AD? Look at Clemson. Look at Miami.
Yeah.
They're accountants.
Yeah. And they're still looking at schedules. They're still doing that kind of stuff.
Right.
Most of the number crunching and all the other, how we spend, where we're effective, where we recruit.
I
mean, it's got to be a joint effort between your guys that are talent scouts for your team, that are assistant coaches, can go look at that portal and then get with their financial guy and say, all right, what's the most we can get at this position?
Right.
What's the most can we get at that position? Where do we find a guy that's going to take this and he's going to come in here and eat for us?
And the guys that are a one-legged man in a butt-kicking contest are, I'm sorry, I'll say this, I'll be the bad guy. You aren't invited to the cookout.
Yeah.
It's going to hurt, and there's going to be butt hurt, and that's why I think there can only be. if you sat me down in a quiet room, if you put me in charge of this, it'd only be 32 teams. Only 32 teams would go to this Super League. But we're going to have to do a little preparation H. So we'll invite 48 just to kill the butt hurt.
Yeah.
But like I said, a lot of these schools that are struggling financially right now, dude, somebody's going to have to sit you down and go, I know you want to play in the big boy sandbox, but you can't.
Yeah.
It's going to bankrupt you.
It's it's kind of sad to see, to some degree. I didn't want, I don't even know how to describe it. It's a different professional level at that age. I really enjoyed the college. Has a more of a family atmosphere to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I always liked about it.
Well, the families are getting priced out.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I've already got friends telling me and that I know were worried about it at South Carolina. They're worried about it at Clemson, where they're going to start doing renovations and putting luxury boxes into place of a lot of open seats. So people that have been getting certain seats for years are now getting moved to other areas.
If their seats aren't gone to begin fully. Yeah. I mean, this is where we are.
Yep.
And unfortunately, this is where the ain't no way, ain't no how, ain't nothing ever going to change mentality screwed you over.
Yep, sure did. And they are good for nothing now.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you want to, I don't want to put the villainy on one person because this is a whole group of people. But if I had to
start at the top.
Well, that's what I was about to say. If I had to pick one person who is the Jim Moriarty of all of where we are, Mark Emmert.
Yeah, totally agree.
Mark Emmert ruined college sports. Pure and simple. Because he was the one that went into Congress of all places. You want to talk about entitlement attitude. I know there's a lot of talk about that in other realms. Entitlement attitude, where you walk into the halls of Congress and look at a congressperson and point your finger going, you ain't doing this to us.
Yeah.
That's entitlement.
Yep. Well, we're getting close to about the time our favorite time of the day.
Yes, it is.
I wanted to run the high-low by you because we always do high-low.
Yes! My second favorite time of the show.
Lowest ticket of the day.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we got a bunch of games on the slate, so I'm not even going to make you try to guess, but lowest ticket of the day comes in at $6. $6. Gardner-Webb taking on the Ohio Bobcats.
Oh, boy. Where's that game at, Ohio?
I think it's in Ohio.
Okay.
The high game today, and I'm going to give you two because there was only $1 separating them.
Oh.
Florida, Miami is at $118 a ticket, which to me is a little low.
The U is back.
Texas Tech and Utah at $117.
That's a game that's very pivotal.
And you've got, based on the conversation we just had, you've got two warring forces right here. You got Utah, who seems to do a lot with a little.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got a coach that does well. You know, they put a lot of players in the pros. They perform well, typically compete well, and they don't spend a lot of money. Not a lot of flash, not a lot of bang. They just win. Texas Tech, though, they just spent a ton of money this year and said, we're making a commitment. Here it is.
Damn the torpedoes.
And you hear the cash register, cha-ching, and they spent a ton of money this year. Now, they're getting it. I mean, they're getting the performance on the field. So this will be interesting to see how this game plays out today. That'll be one worth watching, I think.
What's a sneaky good game today?
Ooh, I don't know. Sneaky good. Let me go back to my schedule real quick. I'll try not to hold up the fans too much. Have you got one in mind? I would tell folks Coach Lorick's prediction for the South Carolina-Mizzou game today, but it might make some South Carolina fans mad.
I mean, because, all right, so obviously Oregon-Penn State's going to be the game of the week Because that could determine, that could be replayed at the Big Ten championship game.
And now, if you're Georgia Tech, how do you go from playing Clemson last week in a huge game and you got Temple this week?
Yeah, Temple. What's going? How is everybody scheduling Temple?
I don't know.
Hey,
Virginia Tech's got Wofford today.
Take your butt whipping. Oh, could you imagine if Virginia Tech loses to Wofford?
Yeah, that could be real
By the way,
ugly.
Both teams are 0-3.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, Wofford has not looked
Sneaky
good.
Okay. Ole Miss Tulane.
I could see that.
Tulane's doing pretty well. I think they're undefeated.
Tulane is right now what I would consider the favorite to get the 12 seed.
Now, the line is 11.5 in Ole Miss's favor, but the over-under 61.5 points.
I'll give you the game. I'll give you a game that I think is going to be everybody needs to watch.
Okay.
Auburn.
Oh, yeah.
And Oklahoma.
Agreed. That's got some implications.
The winner of that game could go to Atlanta.
Yep. You're right.
The winner of that game could go to Atlanta.
And it seems like it's too early. We're in September to say there must-win games. But for some reason, I feel like the South Carolina-Missouri game is a must-win for South Carolina today.
It is. No, it is. It's a must-win for South Carolina because the snowball may start.
Yeah.
Just like it did last year.
Because it's not getting any easier going forward.
Now, the snowball last year was in a positive direction. The snowball this year might be in a negative. And I'll give you another one. The battle of the two, I believe, most overrated teams in college football play today.
Okay.
Illinois
and
Indiana.
Yes.
Google that.
Google that.
Back in a moment.
What makes PD Catering the best in the PD? It's not just the 50-plus unique meals they can create, nor the prime ribs, pancakes, barbecue, or many other delicious food entrees and sides that they meticulously craft. It's the dedicated service they've provided to the northeastern region of South Carolina for over 30 years. PD Catering takes the time, care, and the utmost desire to make your event unforgettable. From holiday office parties, to weddings, to business meetings, their desire is to perfectly and affordably satisfy customers' needs for any occasion. From any party sizes of 20 to 1,000, PD Catering can do it. This is what they promise at PD Catering. Contact Tammy Hicks at 843-519-1036 or at pdcatering.com for contact information and their great customer reviews. Once again, for catering information, contact Tammy Hicks, 843-519-1036 or at pdcatering.com. In the heart of South Carolina, where the spirit of celebration thrives, there's a place unlike any other. Mickey Finn's your one-stop party destination with 3 locations, Cashua Drive, Pamplico Highway, and their huge beverage warehouse on Dr. Johnny Bruce Road next to Buc-ee's. Step into a world of endless possibilities where the shelves are filled with the largest selection of beer, wine, and liquor, each bottle carrying its own story of flavor and enjoyment. Sign up today for Mickey Finn's customer rewards. Mickey Finn says, we drink all we can and sell the rest.
Hey, it's Tony Zach with Mr. Sparky, reminding you it's storm season. Do you need help with your portable generator hookup? Mr. Sparky can make it easy by installing an interlock kit and a receptacle. This keeps our hard-working linemen safe when using your portable generator. Call the pros. Call us, Mr. Sparky. We'll be right over.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
And here's the snap. Frazier Tires rolling down the field.
For over 51 years, our family-owned team and South Carolina leading Goodyear dealer has been keeping Sumter on the road with the right tires for every make, model, and budget. Backed by nationwide warranty. From tires to brakes, alignments, and oil changes, they've got all your preventative maintenance covered. Remember, if it rolls, Frazier can fix it. No matter what colors you wear, you're part of the winning tradition. Drive in for your next set today. Frazier Tire, 310 East Liberty Street in Sumter.
As long as we have high school football games in South Carolina, we're going to need officials, and right now we have a shortage of those. The South Carolina Football Officials Association and the South Carolina High School League need people who want to stay involved in sports and are willing to work hard.
Help make a difference in lives of hundreds of kids in your community and have fun while earning some extra money, staying in shape, and expanding your network of friends. Text REF, R-E-F, to 66866 to register now or visit scfoa.net/join to receive more information.
The Eastern Carolina Agricultural Fair is coming October 30th through November 9th at the fairgrounds by FMU. Rides, food, dinosaurs, acrobats, even the world's strongest men. Don't miss it. For daily events and ticket information, visit ecafair.com.
Hey everybody, it's Matt from Game Day in the Carolinas. Jump on the tailgate with Woody and me every Saturday morning, 10 to noon, right here on ESPN Radio 96.3 FM. We'll get your weekend sports started out right.
Sponsored by Tim's Auto Pro, CRW Insurance, Daniel Wealth Management, Jones Chevrolet, Piggly Wiggly, Frazier Tire Service, and FTC.
Not all kids with crooked teeth can afford braces. Luckily, there's donated orthodontic services from the American Association of Orthodontists. Kids who qualify can be matched with a volunteer orthodontist. Visit aaoinfo.org.
WOLH Florence and WDXY Sumter. It's game day in the Carolinas.
Somebody's not prepared.
We're prepared.
Oh, okay. Double check the bag, right? It's Game Day of the Carolinas. I'm Matt. He's Woody, and it's our favorite time of the week.
It's time for Idiot of the Week, brought to you by Men with Shirts and Mr. Rob Weiland. Give him a call, 843-260-1105. Check out his Facebook page, Men with Shirts, or his website, menwithshirts.com. He's a small businessman's friend. He can put your logo, he can help you design your logo even, and put it on a hat, a cup, a koozie, keychain, whatever you need. Rob can do it, and he can do it affordably. So check him out on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and check him out on his website, menwithshirts.com. Give him a call, 843-260-1105. He's the very embarrassed sponsor of our Idiot of the Week segment.
Speaking of embarrassing.
Yes.
This society is embarrassing.
Yes, it is.
Where are we in this society?
I don't know. It's mayhem.
I'm going across the pond for my idiots of the week. We have a scandal in sports.
Another one?
This is going into the Mount Rushmore, the pantheon of all-time sporting scandals.
Is it illegal payoffs? A blood doping? What is it?
We have cheating. A cheating scandal at the rock skipping competition.
Those cads.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, no. Earlier this month, over 2,200 people traveled from 27 countries to the car-free island of Easdale off of Scotland's western coast for the annual stone skimming competition. Held every year since 1983, the contest invites participants to test their skills. It's done at a slate quarry that flooded in 1881. Well, according to Tossmaster Kyle Matthews.
Tossmaster. Okay.
The judges soon heard rumors and murmurings of nefarious deeds. He also added to BBC Radio's Good Morning Scotland that there was a bit of stone doctoring.
That can't be true.
What are we coming to in this society?
Cats and dogs sleeping together, and now stone doctoring.
Stone doctoring! Well, here's the thing. The stone doctorers admitted that they doctored the stones. And if you're wondering why they're doctoring the stones, they were rounding them off and making them smoother, reducing their surface tension so they would skip further.
It's tough, man.
Yeah.
It's just you can't trust anybody.
Can't trust nobody, man.
Well, back across the pond to our side, to more common problems. A teacher was arrested at Westdale Middle School in Baton Rouge after she was allegedly caught with cocaine during a random drug search. They brought the dog sniffer, the dog, out to the school to do like a demonstration, and the teacher was found to have cocaine in her wallet. And it was tested and confirmed to be that. She claimed that it was cocaine belonged to a friend of hers who'd accidentally or slipped it to her at the LSU football tailgate on Saturday. And they said, well, okay, let's go look at your car. They take the drug dog out to the car, and they find marijuana and pipes in the car. She's been a teacher at the school there for 10 years. She teaches math intervention. I should have taken math intervention in high school because I was terrible at it. I needed somebody to – is that what it is? Math intervention?
2
It protects you from math?
2 is 4.
Don't do math.
Don't do math.
Math intervention. They're teaching the wrong type of intervention, apparently, in the teacher's lounge in Baton Rouge.
I guess so. Of course it had something to do with an LSU football game.
But, quickly the superintendent got out there and said the behavior is not condoned by the district. No kidding.
No kidding. Oh, God. Woody, I'm Matt. We'll see you next week.
I'm here with Coach Carter, who just won a game against their biggest rivals. Tell us how you're feeling, Coach.
I'm feeling great. This was a huge win for us tonight, and we couldn't have done it without every single member of the team. It's kind of like FTC's roster of services. Now there's a winning lineup. From internet and wireless